All right. Hopefully we can get this taken care of here and get this test trying out, see if it kicks on. Hit the go live button, so we'll see what happens here. Watch how it works. Yeah, fantastic. It's starting to work. Everything's starting to go across very well. And sounds clear. Nice. And we'll get it to do this. Ah, yes, Lena. Yay, first one. Yes, you are. You are the first one. Trying to see if this works. I just wanted to try out Streamlabs and give it a shot. Hey, Gail, how you doing? And if I can get everything else kind of figured out to test. Just trying to see if I can get this taken care here. And just do this one. There we go. We'll throw up something right there, and that way we can say that she feels appreciated for who she is, because I love my daughter. See if she comes back. She says, I'm muted. Well, at this point, some things I wanted to kind of talk about. Hey, Rock G, how you doing? Oh, goodness gracious, I got a call from somebody. Hold on for a second. Let me mute this real quick and take this. Everybody can comment. Well, reading Herman's comment. Oh my. Let's see what we got here. I got to catch up with everybody here. Stop talking about me, eh? Jeez. Let's see here. So my daughter, I'm trying to get it. Okay, I got in something the other day in the woods. Took off an hour, and now I have a rash on my neck. Oh no. I was going to say, Rock G, hopefully, and I'm glad you got the Benadryl, because that definitely helps with allergic reactions quite well. Although it might knock you out, because if it makes you sleepy, try and get a non-drowsy version of some antihistamines. That's the only thing I don't like about Benadryl. I hate the sleepiness that comes with it, and if you take too many of them, whoo, bad. That's all bad. Yeah, oatmeal baths. Hopefully it's not. I mean, the worst of it is poison sumac. I hate that. Poison ivy. It's still itchy bad, but man, poison sumac and me, I get hives. It's all bad. We had a situation where I accidentally got in contact with it, where my mom and dad had an air conditioner blowing on in their room. I was having some heat exhaustion. We were living in Iowa, so I laid down in their room. Well, the air conditioner was blowing in all of the pollen and stuff from poison sumac that was right outside the window that we had no idea about. And I had hives all over my face. My eyes were almost sealed shut. It was horrible. So poison sumac and me, bad. So I go through every bit of effort to make sure wherever I live that I check the surrounding areas for any kind of wildlife and flora that could be a problem. So yeah, it's really, really bad. Yeah, poison oak, not so much. I haven't seen too much of that. And usually that's not as bad as poison ivy. But poison oak is, it's still get a little reaction. But poison sumac, me, bad. So yeah, Rock G, I'm sorry you're having to deal with that. Yeah, Herman, if you're going to sit there and do that, I will go full Canadian on you and say, you'd better have a Labatt's for me. I'm going to say it right now there, eh? You'd better have a Labatt's or a Carling for me. Better have a 2-4 there, eh? Bastard. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? And, yeah, I was going to say, oh, God, Rock G, I see where you're saying you took 100. Don't do that, honey. Please, don't do that. That kills. Too many medications affect our liver and our kidneys. Now, being a person who is affected by gout, it is a horrible thing to say how bad medicines affect me, because I can just be down and out with gout really fast if I take too much ibuprofen or naproxen. And I've noticed that it's actually, it's supposed to help take the inflammation down, but the problem is it also kills your kidneys. Well, bennies do stuff to your liver, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me, but I know that that's about it. Are you sitting on your Chesterfield? Yeah, and I'll slap you with my toque, jerk. You know what? And go look up, Herman, I'm going to tell you right now, you go look up the commercial for Molson about a pet beaver, and buddy, that's for you. So, yeah.
Oh, he's having Chinese.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
God. Oh, I love Chinese food. I love Chinese food. Oh, that dirty pool. I know you did, Rock G. That's why I'm saying, please don't do that, honey. It's not, you're worth more than you think you are. You have value. And that's kind of the thing, when I put in the description, I was talking about the fact that we would be discussing addictions, suicide prevention, and the idea of just trying to find peace in your day. I don't want people to think that my streams are all about just being joking and whatnot. Sometimes I'm talking about some serious things. As for suicide prevention, now, the National Hotline, which let me bring up here real quick. I'm trying to pull this up. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline, which I have to get the number for here, and put it up kind of like how CAB does. It's 1-800-273-8255 for the States, but Canada also has their own, but it's not as, I swear, they just don't do anything worth a damn up here. It's just how I'm going to say it. I really feel that way. Everybody here that's on this channel right now, you have value. You have worth. You are worth more than you think you are, and I appreciate you immensely. I want to hear what you have to say. If you were to pass on because of your own taking of your life, I'm not going to hear from you ever again. I won't have the value of what you bring to the table. I won't know what you're going to say. I won't know how you're hurting and how I can help you. I won't be able to sit there and see you smile when you're doing good. I won't hear about the successes in your life, even though they may be as small as just making a cup of coffee. I would be happy to hear it. If that's all you could do in the day, and it was a small success, it's a success. I have my own problems with PTSD. This is how I'm trying to reach out to make it so that I'm doing something with it effectively. Do I have my own anxiety right now? Yes, that's why I even just started this up. I had my own issues. I had to do something, so this is my medicine. You guys are that panacea for me, the one that helps cure that problem for me by just being here. You're that much value in my life that I'm doing this, not just because of the fact that I want to hear from you and help you, but you're helping me. So please don't take that. If you can't deal with it, talk to somebody. If I'm not available, find somebody to talk to. If I'm available and if I can do it, I gladly talk to you on Twitter or a phone call or whatever I can do at the time within the limitations. I mean, we're poor. We're having to do what's free. It's understandable, but I'll do what I can. At the same time, though, if I'm not available, don't wait. Reach out. Find somebody now. Let me get that hotline posted up here. In fact, I'm going to get that kind of going here. Oh, if I can get things to type, you know. And at this point, I'll start talking for... still talking to Herman there, eh? I do have to say I kind of enjoy kind of doing that occasionally. Not all the time. It's one of those things where it's like, if you want to talk to me about something that makes me truly Canadian, though, Herman, if you really want to do this, thank you, Herman. Awesome. Awesome. Anytime we can post that, that's great. I want people to understand, if you want to talk to me about anything being Canadian, and you really want to see me go full Canadian, the full maple leaf dipped in maple syrup, you know, I have a pet beaver kind of attitude, talk to me about hockey. Herman, if you get into hockey, brother, oh, yeah, just going to say, that is the way to get me at my my most Canadian-ness moment. And there you go. That's exactly it, Rock G. Definitely get, anytime you have a question about whether or not you feel that your life is not worth it, or you feel like you're going to do something to take your life, get a hold of them. I assure you, just please do that. If anything, as a friend of yours, and in my own way, I mean, for some people, maybe just the acquaintance level, and that's fine. But please, for me, at that point, do it for me, knowing that I would actually want to sit and talk with you. If I'm not there, call them. That is the same as if you're trying to reach out to me. Call them. And if they can't answer your problems and questions and whatever is going on in any way, just even listen to you. If they can't do it, because they're human too, find somebody locally in your area that you can talk to. If you have to, even call 911 and just say, I got to talk to somebody. Is there somebody that you can give me a phone number to? Just anything. Don't take your life. It's not worth it. It is, you have so much more value out there than you could even imagine, that you could just offer up the smallest things and make somebody's life better. Gee, who is this person?
Hello, Herman.
Yes. Yeah.
Batman?
Yeah, I see Bruce.
No.
What?
Red Wings fan.
Ooh, I just caught that comment. Nice, Bruce. That's my backup team. Normally I'm a Leafs fan, #1, but I do watch the Red Wings, #2. In fact, hold on. Gimme! I want it. Gimme. Hey, Bruce.
I gotta tell him every now and then to check comments because he doesn't look at them.
Brother, this one's for you. Oh, look at that. Oh, look. I can't even make a banner out of that. Oh, but I'm doing it right now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Woo! Woo! And as you can see, that was from, let me see if I can get that set up right there. Yeah, from 98. So, yeah.
Oh, I don't say that, Herman. You won't ever hear me say that word.
Yeah. That's a rare moment to catch her with that one. Really, it is. So, yeah, I'm going to throw this one up here again, just because of the fact that it was definitely a great one by Herman to put that up. But yes.
Thank you, Herman. I was just looking that up.
Yeah, National Suicide Hotlines for the states. It's an important one that I think that if you have this issue and you feel like your life is not worth it, trust me. If you have to get in contact with anybody, just as an example about how I feel about suicide and trying to prevent it, as a great example of somebody who's been there for somebody who wanted to do it a couple times, and she was horrible about dealing with it in her moments.
That man said hand it over.
Hand it? No, it ain't happening, buddy. Anyway, let me finish this up here. But Angelina, which is in the chat, Lena for short for us, that's what we call her. She can tell you at times that there were moments where she just wanted to talk about stuff that hurt her, and I talked her into seeing things a little bit better in life. Even though she was a very difficult person to deal with in those moments, I still stood by her as best I could to get her past where she felt she was valueless and didn't have any worth, and I told her time and time again she did. So if you do have that moment of wanting to end it, I really suggest get a hold of those people. And yes, there are, I was looking at that too, is that there are numbers all over the world that we can put out there. I'll see about finding the one for Canada there, eh? And we'll have that put up here in just a second, too. I have to make sure I watch for the StreamYard thing here because the icon doesn't show. I have a lot of tabs up at any one point in time. So let's do this one, too, here. So for those of you up here, this is another one. So this is for Canada, for those who are up here in Canada. And if you need to see it, we have our own number. It was not easy to find this. I actually had to go to the Canadian government website to find this. Otherwise, there are people who have all the different provincial areas, which for people who don't understand the states, we don't have states, we have provinces. Kind of like states, but definitely has some difference to it. We don't have governors, we have premiers. I can go through the whole list, it's whatever. But still, this is one of those things that if you have a problem and you need to talk about it, please contact these people. It's well worth your time. Don't wait. If I'm not available to talk to, or if somebody you know is not available to talk to, contact these people. If you can't find them, contact somebody local. If you can't find that, even if you have to get a hold of a local church and you're not a member of that, and somebody picks up the phone, talk to them. Even if they're the only people available, just to have them listen to you. Do that. And that's the thing is that, yes, in fact, I have to say, Lena's been doing really good with that, with the sobriety, which is great. She's had a few slips and whatnot in between on a few things, but yes, she's been doing absolutely wonderful on that. I'm very proud of her. Exactly, Herman. Thank you very much for that one. I appreciate that. Make certain you have the moment to talk to people in a way that's meaningful to you. Don't just wait. All it does, it's like the same thing in a reverse way of an argument, except in this way, instead of letting it build up to where you blow up, you let it fall down to where you become despaired and hopeless, and it doesn't work out to where you end up doing things worse. Don't do those things, please. Please, 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 please. So, and part of this is where I was going to talk about first was addictions. Regardless of what your addiction type is, you can fail just by thinking that you have to do these things because it controls you. To be successful, to get past it, is to say, I've got the addiction, and I can see that it's a problem. That's the first success. That's all you got to do. Otherwise, and those failings, don't worry about them. I fail miserably daily on a lot of things, but I still try and keep going. My PTSD allows me to sit there and see failure on a moment-by-moment basis. I fail. It happens. And today, I think I did a really good job with Amber to where I told her that, look, my anxiety's kicking up bad. I'm having a problem. And she let me finish the conversation before interrupting. And I said, but I'm sharing it with you to talk about it so that you'll help talk me down. And I know you will. That's why I'm kind of doing this now, because it's an extension of that same thing. This is how we do all of our process of being able to be successful. But before I did this, I was failing. I just got done watching a very horrible video. Or at least horrible in my opinion, because of the fact that we have a lot of problems going on down the States, and I can't do anything about it. Being that I'm a man, I want to fix things. It's part of our nature as men. We want to fix stuff. We want to be there for people. We want to be, we want to be the provider. We want to be the protector. And unfortunately, when I start seeing things like in the news, people doing things that cause them to commit violence in a way that they're not helping the matter at all. They're making things worse. And then they end up getting shot or something, that could end up being much worse than death. Because there are maimings and things like that can happen. People can lose a limb. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen that I hate seeing happen. But to keep the politics out of this, I just saw something today that alarms me greatly and makes me worry for the country down there. And I'm trying to find ways to deal with that matter because, again, my anxiety to want to do something to fix it is just screaming at me. And I just am grateful for everybody that's, again, here to kind of be able to share this about if you have an addiction and you have a failing, and then my video just glitched. I'm going to have to redo my machine, by the way, people, so if I don't come on for a day or two here, it's going to be because I'm going to have to fix my machine. For some reason, it glitches out. I might have to go off of 2 cameras, or I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I may have to go to 1 camera, which will suck. I'm trying to make this work as best I can. But if you're having your addictions, your first failing is just saying, I'm going to go back into it and just disregard it and not deal with the issue at hand, because you're going to be suffering. And if you want to learn anything about suffering, regardless if you're Christian or whatever faith it is, doesn't matter. I'm going to bring up something that's outside of Christianity, that doesn't affect Christianity anyway for those who are, but it adds to the point of the mental health well-being. This is how you can turn this around from falling down. Let me pick you back up. That's how we get you to succeed. This is how we get you out of those failings that keep pulling you down. We don't want to do that. We want you to succeed. And I'm putting my chair over here so that the light behind me doesn't blind you. The Buddha was talking about the Four Noble Truths. And all they are just simple things. They're just very simple things. In fact, I'll bring them up and I'll read them to you right now. Four Noble Truths of Buddhism. And you can find it online. It's not difficult to find this. The Four Noble Truths are the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the end of suffering, and the truth of the path that frees us from suffering. Those are the Four Noble Truths. Now, they don't seem like they'd be much to it, and I don't have this, the chat up here, so I'll just have to bear with. I'll see if I can look off to the side over here. The first noble truth is actually translated in a way that is, life is suffering. Because it's actually a lesson that's supposed to be able to get through. For Christianity, you could see it as it's the test to be able to get past this and to be free from all of the suffering of life. This is what you're being saved from in Christianity. But life is suffering because of how we have attachments, expectations. When they're not met, we suffer for it because we cannot accept that we didn't get the result we wanted, rather than just going with the flow of things. It sounds very simple, and it sounds pretty heavy when I say it that way, but it's true. So once you understand that life is suffering and that it's just about the fact that we have expectations. I didn't get this car, I wanted to buy it, somebody else bought it, now the color's gone and I can't get it, and you get upset. Or for some people, I'll just say it this way to make it even a little more silly about it is, I didn't get my caramel frappuccino the way I like because the foam doesn't look pretty the way that this one guy does. He's the barista that's normally here. He's not here. I didn't get it the way I wanted, and now I'm going to throw a fit. As childish as that is, there are people who do this. And so because of that, that's an addiction in and of itself. You're addicted to the expectations. That's a heavy thought. That's suffering. And then we try to find all these other things to make that pain go away of suffering. So we then have drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, food. It could be somebody's presence. It could be video games. It could be taking long walks in a way that's very unhealthy, that you cause yourself to be lost. Or long drives, or doing something else. Just any compulsive behavior that becomes very unhealthy. So if that's the case, and we have people that are doing these things to cover up other expectations that they're addicted to, and they're upset that they're not having them happen the way they want. I mean, not that, again, I'm not going to bring up politics here. That's not my thing here. It's not my gig at this moment, because this is not the right channel, and I don't want to have something to where this video is knocked off, but I'm going to say it this way. Watch the news. How many people are expecting themselves to have their life and the way that they see the world be absolute, and then they get people silenced or censored, and they throw a temper tantrum like a 4-year-old, rather than being an adult and get some damn thick skin? That's the first phase of looking at and seeing very clearly, as well as trying to look at it in your own life. These people have an addiction to an expectation to have happen, and because they didn't get it the way that they wanted, now they're going to throw a fit and cause everybody else's life to suffer for it as well. The second adpocalypse here was probably the best example of that, because somebody couldn't get some thick skin. This is why I say nobody can call me a bad word or a name that's going to make me sit there and get upset about it. You can call me anything but a child of God, and I'm going to look at you and go, that's fantastic. In fact, you want to see a good example of that? Lena, in the comments, go ahead. Go ahead. I wouldn't say use the words, but go ahead and let them hear from you. Did I get upset that time in the trailer when you were telling me exactly what kind of person you thought I was? Did I not just look at you and go, is that the best you can come up with? because it doesn't matter. Sticks and stones are still relevant. That whole phrase is so meaningful. And the only reason why it would affect you or insult you or cause you to feel bad in your expectation of what you think it should be is if it's true, or you consent to it being true even though it's not. Some self-power there. I want you to have that back. You should have that power back. You should definitely get some good grip and say, I don't need to sit there and listen to this person if they're going to just call me bad names, because it's just how they perceive me, and really, they don't matter at that point in time. Nobody matters at that point in time if they're just going to call you names that don't mean a thing. I mean, I've been called, again, everything but a child of God, and it's just like, whatever. It is what it is. I don't have to sit there and listen to it, because I know who I am. If I'm doing bad, I'm going to see about doing everything I can to fix it. But their perceived, what they think is wrong, does not mean that they're right. So take that. Yeah, that is the clean version, Lena. Yeah, let's. We're not going to talk about what was said, because I don't like those words anyway being said by anybody. But anybody can come up and try and, say what they're going to say, and I'm just going to go, whatever. But that's the truth of it, is that if we have it to where we're having things being done and we give consent to other people, thinking how are they the authority to know what's right or wrong? How are they the authority to do anything? So their expectation of what they think their life is, as well as we have to look at ourselves then at the same time, how are we the authority over everybody else's life when we see something that we can't accept? So that first noble truth about life is suffering is pretty straightforward. It really is. The second noble truth is the cause of suffering is greed or desire. Well, I kind of talked about that. It's the expectation. We want things that we don't have, or we have an expectation, a desire to have something a specific way, and we didn't get it that way. These are those expectations. So I kind of short-formed it to make it easy and fast for people to understand. And so if that's the case, we should kind of take a moment to look at it and go, okay, so I really want this thing. I can't get it. God, this is killing me. You know what? The biggest one I had as a kid, I'll say this much, is I wanted to have a fast car, a nice house, and a hot woman in my life that just was smoking. It was the whole trophy life that was a complete fiction, total illusion, not even real in the slightest. Hey, Francis. Hey, Francis, how you doing? Yeah, I just finally decided to test this. This is going to be one of the tools in my arsenal of presentation things for doing stuff on my streams. I know that with this one, it's specifically for YouTube, maybe Twitch, and a few other places. I'm trying to see if I can get it to work for maybe DLive or a few other couple places. I know that Library has a few things. I don't know if they can do live streams. I don't think they can, but I'm going to check. I'll try. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some other stuff there. When I first came to chat, it hurt me. Yep, that's exactly it. That is exactly it. So, if we can take control of ourselves enough to realize that our expectations and our desires, the greed to have certain things, covetousness is another way for Christian speak that makes it very easy, is where we have those problems. The biggest one is that immediately looking at how we think about, again, where I was talking about as a kid, I wanted all these things. I thought that would make me somebody special, powerful, strong, masculine, macho. I'm good, but no one could hear me through my standalone mic. Oh, God, that sucks. We'll have to see if we can't help you with that in some way. I'm sure that, a couple of us could talk to you, all the members. I know Green Bay Wacky's really good at stuff, too. He's doing Zoom, though, so I'm not sure. We'll figure it all out. Getting those ideas, those illusions, coming back to it real fast. Huh? What's that, babe? No, it's a site called Library. Yeah. Yeah, LBRY is what I was talking about. I'm trying to get other places to... I don't know how long I can stay on YouTube unless things are changed, because in order for me to help people in the right way, sometimes I got to say things that are a little difficult to say, and I don't want the videos to get kicked off. And it's not because of the fact I'm trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be real. That's just how it is. So I try to keep things kind of dull. It's like I have to take things private. It just is what it is.
said
to go to the library. No. Sorry. My bad. It's a site called LBRY, Library. And it's an application. It's not an actual website to watch like YouTube or DLive or DTube or anything like that. It's actually you have to download the application, and it deals with cryptocurrency, that if you get people to watch your stuff, and you can have them pay in cryptocurrency depending upon what it is, stuff like that. So if we go back to what I was saying, as a kid, I had all these things. I thought all this stuff was going to make me powerful. And that's a big thing to remember in the words that I'm going to use. Self-power and being powerful. I thought this was going to make me powerful because I felt powerless and weak and a victim when I was a kid. And I thought all this stuff was going to fix and I'd be great and all that. Boy, I couldn't have been more wrong in my life. All that did was get me in debt, have my heart broken, and have a lot of my desires dashed because I was really being unrealistic about how I was going to get them. That's suffering. I ended up causing a lot of harm to a lot of people. I ended up causing a lot of harm to myself. The debt that I went to, I ended up paying a few things off, which was nice, because when I got this really nice big fat tax check back, I was able to get rid of a credit card at the time. This is my early 20s. We're in debt now. We're doing what we can to get back up on our feet. But that's the illusion. When they say that we're living in an illusion world, it starts with the perception of what we see. And so we get addicted to these desires of what we think it should be, and those expectations cause us suffering when we don't get them. So, from there, how do we fix the problem? So we start looking at the third noble truth. Well, this is interesting. Hey, Lulu, how you doing? Nice. I was going to say, right now I have my best moderator behind me right now.
No, I'm nowhere near Lulu. I want to be Lulu. Holy crap.
Yeah, I understand. But I'm just saying, though, that she's the one who's helping me get back to the chat because I end up getting into the conversation pretty heavy. So the third noble truth is actually where there's the hope for a cure for the problem of the desires and the greed that we have that cause the expectations and the lack of acceptance when they don't happen as the suffering. It's where you have to stop clinging and attaching to what you want as the outcome. I was just going to say, how do you do that? Well, the fact is that it cannot be accomplished by an act of will. It's impossible to just vow to yourself, from now on, that I won't crave anything. Oh, nope, not going to do it. I'm not going to crave anything. I'm not going to do it. It's not possible. Desires happen naturally. You know, if you're a young man, or even if you're an older man like myself, you know, we tend to look at the opposite sex, or even if you're gay or, you know, whatever, you look at somebody with some sexual desire. It happens. Even women have their moments of sexual desire. Just what it is. For some people, like taking Amber out, you know, if I go past a shoe store, God help me. It is what it is. She desires certain shoes. She loves going into Value Village or Goodwill or the Salvation Army. Yeah, the thrift stores are that is her kryptonite. So you can't stop that. It doesn't work because the conditions that give rise to craving will still be present. You're still going to have the things that you can attach to. So as we cling to them, the second noble truth actually tells us that we cling to things we believe that will make us happy or keep us safe. So it's diffusing that part that actually makes it where you can deal with the desires and the cravings and look at it and go, oh, okay, so I'm desiring this, but in the long run, it's not going to solve anything. So you're starting to use real reasoning about it. This is also how you get control of your actual emotions. So grasping for one ephemeral thing after another never satisfies us for long because it's all impermanent. Notice where I said with that, because I'm reading off the article here a bit. I'm taking bits and pieces because some of the stuff is not pertinent to what I'm trying to discuss. You have to embrace impermanence, meaning nothing stays around forever. This is how you can start getting past some of your suffering. Oh my Lord. If everybody heard everybody, just understand, if she screams, I'm hoping I can block some of the sound before she blows out my microphone. Yes. Hello, Nike girl.
Lou is laughing at me.
Good Lord. So with looking at how everything is impermanent, you can see how then that the second noble truth is leading you into that manner of impermanence. Coveting, expectation through desires, everything about what causes us suffering, we have to recognize it's impermanent. It's only when we see this for ourselves that we can stop grasping. When we do see it, the letting go is easy. The craving will seem to disappear of its own accord. That is so true. This I have to practice on a daily thing. This is the same medicine I give to myself that I'm offering to you. If you want to stop suffering in your addictions, if you want to stop suffering from the part where you don't think that you have worth or value or that anything at all has control of you, nothing, absolutely not one thing in this physical environment you're in at any point in time is permanent. Nothing is permanent. Because of that, you can let things go a lot easier. It doesn't mean that I'm saying you can't appreciate it or enjoy it. You can enjoy anything you want at that point in time. And for as long as you can enjoy it, enjoy it. But then understand it's not permanent. Thank you very much. I'm going to go about finding something else that makes me also happy and go do that too. And find something else. If you take a vacation, you're gone for about maybe, some people it's maybe a weekend at best. Other people, they can take a month. And beyond that one, I wish I could take a month off and go do that. Last time I did that, I was in the service and could take a full 30 days off. I don't have that option now. If I take any kind of vacation, it's usually for the afternoon to go basically buy an ice cream or something. No money and don't have time. And feel guilty about it afterwards because, well, money's tight. But those are short-lived. You have to come back and then enjoy the real world again. It never is a continuous thing. Even for kids in school, once vacation is over with for the summer, you got to go back to school. And then after you're done with school, guess what? You get to start adulting. Things are impermanent. At the same time that your things that you enjoy, to desire, and you crave, and it makes you feel happy and good, how in those short-term happinesses, the same as on the opposite side. So here's how I work with this. Your aversions, avoidances, dislikes, hatreds, all of that is also temporary and impermanent. The phrase, "this too shall pass," is very real. You don't have to sit there and take all this stuff as it's going to be forever. And I have a hard time with that because with my anxiety coming back up, it's never going to change. It's never going to change. It's never going to change. Oh, God, one more thing, one more thing, one more thing. And it just piles up and piles up. I did that, as I said earlier in this video, that I talked with Amber to say, look, my anxiety's kicking up. But I know by sharing this with you, and I'm doing that on purpose, is because I know you're going to talk me down. I know you're going to help me. Breaking that cycle. Cutting it through with the truth of reason to go, this is impermanent. It will not last. I'm already feeling better about it. Do I still have some anxiety? Yes, I do. Hey, Missy. You know, I've often said that at one point in time I was probably not going to be able to have us in the same room. She's going to scream out loud. But she's making everybody laugh, so this is good. If you can look at, again, that the idea that everything has a level of impermanence, you can then appreciate it more so for what it is at that time. Like at this moment, there's an interesting thing about being here and now. Big, heavy lesson here for those who don't understand. I can't go back to the past. It's over with. It's done. There's nothing I can do to go back and fix it, or change it, or make it better, or worse. It's done. At the same time, I can't go to the future. I have to wait for it to come to me, and I have to do something to make that work out as best I can for what it is. So there's really nothing I can do about that at the moment. The only thing I can actually do and enjoy to its fullest savoring moment, and I'm using words that have a lot of meaning for a reason, is that the reason why this moment is called the present is because it is a gift. You can do anything you want here and now. In this moment, I am genuinely trying to gift you with things that will make your life better. You can be as nice or as mean as you want. You can be as happy or sad as you want. You can be as whatever right in this moment. You have the infinite possibilities at your fingertips to do and be whatever you want at this moment in time. Be crazy if you want to. I know. I'm married to her, and I love her for it. Yep. Yep. And she admits it freely, but I love her for it because I think her crazy is beautiful. So,
That's right, Lulu.
you can be and do whatever you want. I used to follow Buddhism, now it's part of my thinking, at least what works for me. A good job and stuff. Thank you, Resmeen. I appreciate that. A lot of this is, again, taking the time to dive into it to understand it. So this is not like my first round of just discussing it. This takes a long time to kind of get it under your grasp if it's your first time dealing with it. So the third noble truth that I'm discussing, though, is that it's just about releasing it, letting it go easy, because it's all impermanent. I can enjoy your presence, though, at the same time that I'm doing this small thing right now in this small little moment here that continually is moving in its present way. I get to have the gift of hearing you and seeing you through the chat. Yeah, you're not in this right now. I'm doing this to where it's just my test. I'm just doing the talk because I want to get all this out. And then I'll probably put up the link for those to jump in. But right now, this is my moment to just discuss. And what it is that we're having it so that you can have all of what you want to say at the same time in this present moment and gift me at the same time back with that. My return gift from you is I get to appreciate and savor every moment of just having you here. I get to know who you are better by listening to you and observing things. That's an interesting thing to say also for this present moment. To get past the impermanence issue that you might be freaking out about is just observe and watch for a while. Take it all in. Yeah, it's going to eventually end. I'll end the stream sometime in the future, and you'll have to go back to your lives and do what you got to do. It's understandable. But we can enjoy this right now. We can have this for this moment. And then any time that we have any other streams that come up, I jump from stream to stream trying to go around to meet people, listen to them, see what they have to say. Sometimes they say stuff, sometimes they don't. I lurk too, just to sit there and listen and learn. But we can do this now. And this moment, this present, this gift that we have, even that's so infinitesimally small in its moment, if we try to just observe and listen and just enjoy it, the colors of your world will brighten. The sounds will be richer, along with tastes, touch, smell. Everything will be real. More to you in this moment. So that's the third noble truth, is understanding the impermanence. And then we're getting into the fourth one, which is, it's interesting how the fourth one comes about, because this is where you're talking about the actual path. It's the practice of this. It doesn't mean you have to change your faith. Believe what you want in your faith, but practicing this will help enrich and deepen your faith. You can be Christian and practice these Four Noble Truths. You can be Jewish and practice these Four Noble Truths. You could be crazy and practice these Four Noble Truths and be completely beautiful in your life because of it. So this is the path of practice. There are 8 paths, or 8 broad areas, I should say, of the practice, of the path. Now, I'm not going to get into them right now. Oh, this one? It's my Bronx, oh, good Lord. It's the Bronx Motor Club shirt. So one I got a long time ago. Let me see if I can lift up here and make it so it's a little bit easier. I'm going to move my chair back. Here we go. It's old. It's a really old shirt, but I love the car on it. I like cars. I like cars. They're good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or if you all like idiocracy, I like money. And if you get me started, drugs are bad, shouldn't do drugs, okay? Okay. So, following the path of getting to the idea of understanding life is suffering It's created and caused by our greed and our desires, which is the expectation of an outcome of something. The third noble truth being that it's about understanding that everything is impermanent. We can enjoy it. It will end eventually, but that's okay. We got to enjoy it at least. This also goes under the idea of it's better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all. And some people may say, well, try it and see what it is. No, it's true. I've loved people that, honestly, I still have good thoughts in my head, even though there was a lot of suffering that came with it. I still remember very good moments, and I appreciate the lessons I was taught.
This is a bronze baby.
Oh, really? Oh, I did not. Well, actually, I kind of hear that a little bit in the accent that she has. She has this really cute little accent. And especially when she starts getting really deep in her voice. Oh, God, it comes out really well. You're adorable, Missy. Love you to death. I'm holding. What do you want me to do? Missy's asking what? Let me see where.
Yeah, no. For everybody that's in the chat that hasn't actually read it or has blown past the messages or whatever, no, Angelina is my kid. That's my daughter.
Yeah, that's Lena.
She's the one that I'm always talking about.
Yes.
Okay, I will be back.
That's okay. And I love you for it. Yeah. Well, I'd rather have you back than not. You do kind of like make my life a little bit better. It's kind of a good thing. I would hope that would be a good thing to have, yes? Yeah.
Unless you block me out again.
Yeah, that was an accident. Yeah. I would definitely say that if it ever came down to it, that if I didn't have Amber in my life at that point in time, it'd be kind of boring. It's either that or I'd be enjoying steak, cards, and cigars again in my house with a bunch of guys sitting around playing $30 and change on the table. It's a lot of football and hockey on TV during that time.
Hello, Judy. Hello, Charlie. Hello, King.
But, so those things are what... No, I'm catching up with it. Well, I had to bring up the article, my love. What do you want me to do? Do? She's in the back. She's not even listening to me anymore. So, and that's the thing is that with the idea of understanding that the base addiction that starts off everything else, the very first addiction we have is just living life and seeing all the things we desire. It's our greeds, it's our desires, it's our expectations. Bruce, you don't want to see me in a toga. Nope. 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 Yeah, I'm not that sexy. It's just not that way. But foosball is for the devil, Charlie. God. Well, it depends upon football, depending. I mean, I've stopped watching the NFL. They politicized it, and I'm like, okay, I don't need this. I need the game. Whatever. So for right now, until all that garbage is passed, I'm sticking to my hockey and soccer. That's the football I'm watching. English football. With Amber, I watch Liverpool FC, and it's just how it is for right now. So be that as it may, it is what it is. Good Lord, Charlie doing toga. Oh, God, what next? Next thing you're going to say is that I need to put the cats in togas. And I know that's going to start something here. Absolutely, Lulu. That is true right there. Suffering has a cause, and what the gift is when you discover the cause. That is, again, our very base addiction. The very base one is just having desires, expectations on those desires. It's coveting things, being greedy about things, wanting them, and then when we don't have those expectations met, then we suffer for it because we can't accept that this didn't happen the way that we wanted it to be. Welcome to being a 4-year-old and throwing a tantrum in the middle of the store, not getting a candy, or, somebody wanted their little chalky for those who like it in British. Or, they didn't get a toy from the aisle and they have to sit there and jump up and down, scream, fall on the floor. That is what we do as adults now. when we don't get something, we start throwing temper tantrums in our own way, throwing things, yelling, meow, 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 saying all kinds of nastiness. So our first addiction is our expectation of what we think life should be. Then we start getting into the other things, because when we cause harm and suffering to others from our expectations, we start trying to do drugs, alcohol, sexual addictions, gambling, blah, 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 down the line. Trying to cover up the pain of the things that we feel that we've done so egregiously wrong that we can't get past them because we don't know how to let go. Hence the third noble truth of just letting go. It's impermanent. It's not going to last forever. Granted, there is a trend out there that alarms me and concerns me with this, and this is where I'm going to be talking about this just briefly, is that there are a lot of people out there that are no longer allowing for people to change. You may have done something so bad, so horrible in your life, something that you just feel that nobody will ever forgive you. And there will be people out there who have a stick in their butt about it and will not do anything but continually hit you down, 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 because they're not satisfied with their life. They're going to use that one wrong thing. Maybe you have more than one, but still that one wrong thing to continue to keep pressing you down and doing this kind of maneuver. And look, I'm going to use this thumb and just press and press and press. Even they are impermanent. They won't last forever. And you have the right to change and be better than you are. You can be better at anything you want to be in your life. And being a better person to begin with is the first thing you should start. And that deals with starting to make friends with yourself. That was what I talked about in my earlier videos. Make friends with yourself. You are deserving of that little bit of love. Just start there. Be okay with you. Sit and just relax and just be okay with you. Then everything else is like, again, as I said, call me whatever name you want. Call me a child, anything but a child of God, and I'm going to look at you and go, okay, I see you're special. It's whatever. I don't have a problem with it because I've learned how to start loving myself at such a deep level that nothing can shatter that. What are you going to do? It's either you deal with it that way or you end up falling down continually. I want to pick you up. Let's get you out of that. So those are the things about addictions that I wanted to speak on briefly. The next thing is suicide prevention. We kind of touched on it in the beginning here because of what Rock G was talking about. I want you to understand something very clearly. Again, I'm going to repeat this. Sandra's trying to be nice? Well, you know what, Sandra? If you got to get it on to where you just don't feel like you just want to be nice, well, I guess you're just going to have to go and get to it.
We can always age restrict it.
Yeah, I was going to say if I did the age restriction, good Lord, but I'm trying to keep this family friendly because we're talking about serious topics that people need to be lifted up on. So, good Lord. I'm trying to get some banners made here because I'm just starting to finally learn how to use this thing. Some people are a little slow to the party here. So, but, is that the same number? Did I get that right? Yeah, so I did. Okay. But if you don't think you're worth it, if you don't think that you are fantastically worth even my time to sit here and listen to you, call these people. And if you're not in the States, call these people. If you're in Canada. If I'm not able to be around to hear you and talk to you, if I'm just busy, things are coming up and I can't get to you in time, or if there's somebody that you normally talk to and you can't speak to them, call these people. Seriously, I'll bring the other one back up again here. I know most of my friends are down in the States. If you know anybody who needs it, have them call the number. And if they can't get a hold of that, eventually here, what I want to do is I'm wanting to do kind of an expose on how we have all these numbers in availability, and we should share them out as best we can and get them up there of here's what we have locally in the state that you might be in, or the province if you're up here in Canada. I need to try and figure out for other countries, for people that come up, their national suicide situations or their state or provincial situations, depending upon what country they're in. And what am I getting here? After this serious live chat is over, we are throwing a toga party at Sean and Amber's. I don't have the room for that. Good Lord, it wouldn't be a toga party. We're going
No, we're just gonna put chewy and it's so good.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'd be hanging up sheets and everybody walking around naked. I'm sure some of us would love that, but still, no. It's just, good Lord, there's not room for that here.
Okay, Linda.
Yeah, no worry. And so get people to talk about this, but I want to make it so that we have a list of numbers and things like that. And I want to put those not only in, I didn't put it in the description on this video, but I plan to for the next set of ones that I'm going to be talking about this, where we have more numbers and availability for who can do, oh God, I just totally sounded Canadian there, eh? Yes, Bruce, Herman, are you out there, eh?
No, Herman took off.
Oh, man, he missed out. Poor bugger. Totally pulled the Canadian. Is what it is. I need to pull the American side out. At that point, somebody get me angry for a second, because then it'll come right out of me, and then it'll be all on. And Lord, let me tell you, all y'all get me crazy. It'll be like that. More like a sardine party. Shut up there, eh? Thank you, Lena. I appreciate your support. Yeah, eh. God. You know, there's a bunch of actually things that people say besides A. I'm going to give them to you as a gift to you. Buddy, Mac, Pal somewhat. Yeah, it'd definitely be like that. It'd be hot, sweaty, and salty in here. It's summertime. Roar. But there's a bunch of them. If you wanted to see, let me add another. This is a look up song.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Go look that one up for all you Canada-loving people. Ow.
Hey, read chat.
What do we get here? Did I get a pass? Who did I pass? What? Moose! Moose!
No, not Moose.
What am I looking at?
Reading.
Does Sean hate me? I can't get him to talk to me. The King. Really? I must have either missed it or what it was. Again, chat's passing on. I'm trying to talk here. I'm ADHD, I guess. I don't know. You know what, King? Let me do this for you. I'm going to do this one real quick here. We'll just throw this right here. There it is. For you, buddy. Just for you. You the man. King, this section of the video is sponsored by The King is Awesome. And I'm going to put everything I can in to tout his name right now, right here. Thank you for watching by The King. God. Hey, Chicken Strips Missy. So if I missed anybody at that point in time, there you go. Anyway, for those Canada-loving people who want to sit there and watch a video, yeah, go look up that song on YouTube. It's Classified's Oh Canada. Yeah. Tell me what you think of that when you're done with it. So I'm having to look over here because I got 3 things going on at once. And their comments are just constantly running up here, so let me go back over here.
Well, you can always slow down chat.
Yeah, that's true. But there's a lot of awesome people out here, and I want to make sure they all get their 2 cents in. Oh, well, hashtag bubbles. Oh, good Lord, dear.
Don't screenshot that.
Bubbles. Bubbles. You're very welcome, The King. So, again, let me get back to this, God, those silly moments that come in here. This is what makes it fun, is because we can have a silly moment in the serious, and this carries it. Plus, if you laugh, you remember good things. If you feel like you're not worth it, if you feel like you don't have value, I'm not the only channel that you can sit there and listen to on that one. If you have to, and I'm not available, go to Cab 7. Get there. Run there. Don't walk. He cares so much about you, and he doesn't even have to know you. He worries about everybody as much as I try to do the same thing and show the same thing. I feel at times, because of how good Cab does what he does, I feel like a candle in the presence of the sun, because he's so bright and warm and loving and caring. Just my opinion. And I'm trying to do the best I can to kind of add to that my own way. Because as he said, He says it very well. We don't know when our next day is going to be, that all of a sudden it's over and we're not going to be here and somebody else has to kind of carry on. So I'm trying to do something in honor of him to do the same thing and give back what I've gotten, especially from him and all the members of this community. We're all very loving and appreciative of each other and do the best we can. Yeah, sometimes there are little spits and spats that come up, but I think we do the best we can with what we have. I mean, we're all human. It's expected. And no, forget that movie. What movie are we talking about here? Annabelle. Oh, that one. Oh, Lord. Yes, Lena, your mother and her horror films. It is what it is. So, yeah, it's one of those things, it's whatever. But if you feel like you don't have worth, let me throw something here for a second and see if you guys pick it up. If you don't feel you have worth, I want you to think about when people don't believe in you. Yeah, it's hard. I have a playlist called Suicide Prevention, You're Not Alone. And it's a bunch of songs that I found videos that I thought were very fitting. Let me pull mine up here real quick. YouTube, pull this over here. And go to my list here for Suicide Prevention. And the second one, after Blaine Larson's How Did You Get That Lonely, is Joe Nichols' If Nobody Believed in You. Now, granted, it has another message in it at the end, but the point still stands in it is that you'd give up and walk away too if nobody believed in you. Well, I believe in you. There are other people here who believe in you. When you just speak to us and say, I'm hurting, everybody can understand pain and suffering. We may not understand your happiness. We may not understand what you like and what makes it so that your life is filled with joy. But everybody here, no matter who they are, we can all understand loss. We can all understand sorrow, grief, self-loathing, self-worth, is shot to all get out. We understand how none of us can pick ourselves up and we all need a hand up. And there have been those of us who've been there and have been fortunate enough to find somebody who was smart enough, compassionate enough, knowledge in the idea of, let me put my hand out here. I may not have all the answers, but I'm going to pick you up as best I can. We're going to get you somewhere where we can get you taken care of. Anybody out here in this community will do that for you. But if we're not here, as soon as Cab 7's live stream kicks on, get there. As soon as my live stream kicks on, get here. Whomever you can talk to. Again, I'm going to throw the banners up real quick here again. Again, National Suicide Prevention Hotline for the United States. Call that number. Make every effort you can to take the time to find a way to get past that point that you just feel you're going to cross that line, and I don't want you to. I want you here. I need you here. I need you because you make my life better. Just by talking to you or just by listening to you and not saying a word, you make my life richer and better because I've been there for you, and that makes it so that I realize that I'm truly doing the one thing I really want to do, and that's love people better. Be a better man myself. I'm not virtue signaling. I'm saying what I want to do as an action. I'm not just saying it to sit there and put up flags or emojis or this or that in a way that's just, this is all I'm going to do. Like Cab 7, he puts in action. Yes, he asks for people to do emojis. People also donate to him. And there's that action. Well, I want to be the action that sits there and says, what can we do to talk you out of it? What can we do to lift you up? What can we do to make it so that you see that you are worth everybody's time to have you around? Yeah, everybody can annoy everybody once in a while. I know I annoy everybody once in a while. It's really easy. It's called Ask My Wife. She'll let everybody know. I annoy her at times and she does me. But we still love each other because, you know what? I'd rather take your perfect imperfections and hear what you have to say, even if I don't like it, because it lets me know that you're real. And it's not just some robot. what he's talking, I know what's new.
Okay. Let me explain Lena Bina.
Oh my God. I didn't say it. Not me.
No, actually, she said it. She said it before I even said it, so it's alright. Lena Bina is a nickname that I gave to Angelina when she was really super little. And, it was, I would call her that when she was doing something really cute, or when she was really super getting on my nerves. So, she grew up I'm looking at Sean. She grew up hating it. I mean, could not stand it. The whole time growing up, she said, stop calling me that. Stop calling me that. So I'd call her that just to piss her off.
Yup. Well, and that's the thing is that I didn't say it. I still have, I promised Lena I would never say that to her, ever. And I still have yet to do it, so.
Yeah, because she hated it so much. But
Yeah.
I call her just to make her mad. Because I love you, Lena, but damn, when you were a kid, I wanted to kill you.
Yes, Lena, you have definitely given me plenty of good lessons on things. I'm going to say it that way because our children can be so destructive and destroy things that can't be replaced. So it is what it is. You got to love them for who they are, regardless. It's called unconditional love. Batman wants to see Chewie. You want to see Chewie, man? Chewie, I've got food lying, but you're gonna believe I have it. Come here.
Well,
Chewie.
talking about how little she was born.
Chew.
It wasn't.
Chewie.
There he is. Oh, God.
Good Lord,
He
Chewie.
just tried to jump up and...
Chewie, come here. Come here, baby.
Come here, Chewie.
Come here, Chewie. Come here, baby.
Everybody wants to see you.
You get him?
I got it.
Alright.
Well, it
Little
wasn't just about you being little, Lena.
There he is. There's Chewie. It's one of those things where you just can't help but enjoy all the cuteness. I don't know if everybody's seen actually his colors all full, and we have here. Here we go. There we go. Oh, no.
Yeah,
So there's all his full color. I am not impressed. I am despising you right now. Now he wants down.
Who the hell are you people?
He's hooked in my shirt. At least he didn't claw me. Yeah. He's just going to sit there. And now we're going to make him dance.
Chewie dance! Oh, Batman's gonna love that. Chewie and Toga dancing. There you go, Batman. Just need to get a sheet.
Yeah. At that point in time, it is what it is. No, you're not getting up on my desk. There's no room.
Well, come on, Pam.
All right, let me put him down. Yes, the cat. It's the cat show hour. Cat show hour. And there's Pan. One big cat. 2 feet long from nose to butt. We didn't include the tail. So let me go ahead and bring down this banner here. So yeah, the
Big fat cat.
moment that you think you don't have value or faith in yourself, get to these places. Call these numbers. I'll put the Canadian one up here again real quick. If you're in Canada or you know somebody in Canada that actually could use it, have them call this number.
All right, get down. Oh.
And make it so that they have a chance to be able to talk to somebody, anybody. If none of us are available at that point in time and it gets so desperate that they have to talk to somebody, speak to these people. Oh, look, there's Bragan. She's our Russian blue.
You get her?
You going to speak for us, huh? You going to talk for us? No, she's not going to talk now that she's being held. She doesn't want to be held. I assure you of that one. Yeah? Is that it, baby?
Normally she does. Normally she's the one that just talks up a storm.
Yeah. Funny enough,
See that
Amber's
look?
that look
Evil.
of evil. I will smite thee in thy sleep.
Evil look right there. That's the look of evil.
You gonna meow for us at all? Huh? Nope. I'm not annoyed enough.
My hold her full of the lunch
Yeah.
or whatever.
Depending upon how long you hold her, then she's like, yeah. So, let's go ahead and drop this here. Get rid of that one. Banners. This is an example of banners. I'm learning how to do all this with StreamYard, just trying to figure stuff out. But you guys are important enough to be able to sit there and be told very directly. And I'm going to say it directly without all the polish of my emotions. You're worth it. You are very much worth the time of being listened to. You are worth the time to be told you're deserving of love and appreciation just for who you are. No matter what anybody else says. People don't have to all like you. You don't have to be liked by everybody at all. Just by the people that matter. Think about that one. It's only the people that matter that you should be worried about. If there are people who don't like you, fantastic. They just gave you the clue that they weren't that important in your life and you need to move on. Real fast. There are people that I thought that were really important in my life, and I found out later on that they didn't want anything to do with me whatsoever, and yeah, it caused me to go bankrupt and a few other things with my first wife, and when she left me for, you know, a man and his wife, it's just how it is. I still kind of shake my head at that, but it is what it is. You know, but she's happy now, and I'm happy for her. But we moved on. Same thing with a lot of other things, though, that go on with other people. If you find even coworkers, they just don't like you, and then you find another job, don't hold on to that. Just let it go. It's garbage that you keep a hold of that. You're worth more than that. You are so much more worth than that. So, for those who actually want to tackle the next little bit here, and then I'm going to go ahead and allow people to come up on the panel so I can figure out how to get this to work. If you want to find out how to get peace in your life. Oh, okay. No worries. Nice to have you, Missy. Thank you very much for being here. We love you. Hope you have a great day. I know you might have other people to go talk with and whatnot. It's great. But if you feel like you can't get peace in your life and you need a moment, I want you to just sit for a minute. You could just watch what's going on. Just listen. You don't have to type. You don't have to do anything. But then take that present moment of just sitting here and observing. Is anything bad happening at this moment in time? Don't worry about your thoughts. Gently set them aside. Meaning, as they come up, okay, that's a thought about this that's going on. Just set it aside for a moment. Just focus, if you can, just by paying attention. There's nothing going on right now. You're just listening to a guy on YouTube talk. And that's it. There's nothing wrong going on. You can be in a moment of peace. You can take these little slices of time like that. You'll be sitting on a bus, waiting for your car to get repaired, at a checkout line. You could be sitting there in the middle of the aisle shopping for food and pick up a box of something you're not sure that this is what you want to buy. Just take a moment to close your eyes and just go, everything's going to be okay. You can take those small moments like that. If you need to do more than that, there are videos I've done that talk about how to do meditation and have a peaceful moment. Did you forget to turn on the air conditioner again? It's off. And the microwave's on. Maybe I forgot to turn it back on. I noticed it was starting to get warm in here. Can you get it for me, please? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. My wife is awesome. So if you can't feel that you have a moment to just breathe, try to find a spot to just sit. Sometimes learning other skills, like I actually have taught a few things in other videos, like if you can't get in a word edgewise with somebody and they just want to absolutely pound down on you with a comment of whatever they're saying, or they're just spewing off a monologue of garbage, sometimes it's best to just sit there and say, I need you to stop. And put your hand up. Say, I'm done. Yes, she does it to me too. And I have to do it to her. We do it for each other. And just say, I need you to stop. Stop. I'm not listening to you anymore. I need you to stop. I need a moment. It's Fred. Fred. He's the one we make fun of. He's like, Mom, I dipped my nose in marmalade and I had some and it was really tasty, but I really wanted to have more. Yeah, he doesn't like to be held too much either.
And Georgie's sleeping in the cradle, so.
I'm about ready to kill Matt. Oh, goodness gracious, Lena. You're just getting ready to the end, getting closer to the end of your pregnancy. You probably want to kill everything that's around you. Yes. Let's just face it. Your hormones are going, everyone can die. I want this thing out of me now. Yeah, exactly. Rasmina is right. Yeah, just let her suffer on her own. If she wants to sit there and hate on you, fine. Just let her go. You can be in an awesome company of people that can help you get past, because I know you have your own addictions, Rock G. No judgment there. I understand. Our thing is that we're trying to make it so that you can get your life back. Addictions make it so that you are no longer living your life. Your addiction is living your life for you and making you do decisions and choices that aren't yours. Because if they were your choices in addiction, or your choices in the addiction, stop doing what you're doing right now. It's not so easy. It's not. There are days that I absolutely just don't want to do a thing because I'm addicted, unfortunately, to constantly looking at the future, so my anxiety kicks up and worrying about it. Hi, I'm Sean. I have an addiction with anxiety, worrying about the future. There I am. It is what it is. And I work with it. This is why I talk about it. It helps to talk about your addictions and getting through them. What are you doing to change them? Little things, little things, little things. Lots and lots of little things that you do to make it so that you can break the cycle as best you can. Call somebody up. You know what? I'm having a problem. I really want to go do this thing. I want to gamble, or I want to go look at porn, or I want to go do this drug, or I want to go drink a bottle of whatever, or I want to shop till my cards are maxed out and I don't have the money to pay it back, or whatever it is, play video games for 36 hours straight. I know people who've done that. So that is their thing. And tell them, I really want to do this, but I'm tired of doing it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's your first moment to pay attention to go, you can break this. You can stop it. You can get your life back. How much more can you enjoy at that moment? These are these little moments of peace that you can also gift yourself with. If you don't feel like you can take control of your life, learn little tricks of things. Do behavioral things that you can find out. Self-help courses that talk about, because I might not have all the answers. I admit that freely.
Yes, Charlie, very true.
Which one we got here? Oh, this audience one. Yes, exactly. That's the expectation I was talking about from the second noble truth, that we have a desire and an expectation that comes with it that's causing a suffering. Beautifully said, Charlie. Wonderful. Thank you very much for that one. And I'm going to definitely post that one up there. I want to show that one right there. That is very, very true. Very, very true. So if you can't find ways of dealing with it from what I've said, there are other people out there that help you talk through or deal with anxieties or your depressions. Depression is worrying about the past. Always thinking about it. God, there's nothing I do about it. No. And just beating yourself up with something you can't change. The anxiety is worrying about the future. And when you have the two come together, boom, welcome to PTSD. So you can have all of that in a nutshell happen. Just remember, whoops, wrong one. Meow. It just jumped up before I could grab it. But if you're trying to find peace, the first thing to start doing is you should try and learn just a little bit of meditation. Again, it's not some crazy thing about talking at all, these crazy tongues of languages and doing mantras. It's not about finding, the inner child or having to do this one visualization. It's just sitting and paying attention to either your breathing or just observing if you can do that and not try to allow your thoughts to come in and control the matter. By that, I mean, I'm having a thought about ice cream. Let's set that aside for right now because I'm observing this. That thought for ice cream came up. I'll get to it later, but thank you very much. Thank you very much, and setting it aside. You're not pushing them out and shoving them out and being a jerk to yourself about it. These are your thoughts brought up from the subconscious. Gently set them aside. Go back to doing what you're doing. Is it going to happen 1,000 times in one sitting? Is it going to be annoying because you can't focus on what you're wanting to focus on? Yes. But do it, because eventually you're going to train your mind to become your friend, your ally, making your mind your ally so that it's now working with you things will slow down eventually to where you're not having as many thoughts, and you can stop them and get a good pause. Go ahead, babe.
Oh,
I know you know what you're doing. There you go. Oh, look at you.
so it doesn't happen again.
Sorry. Now.
No, not you, Lena.
Oh. So, the... Wow. And now I'm thinking of a comedy special. Push. Yes.
That's from Bill Cosby.
Yep. No, I wouldn't know anything about that. Oh, good Lord. So, meditation is merely just the act of learning how to be in that moment and being aware of everything of what you're doing in it. You can meditate while eating. As you're picking up that fork, you feel your hand using the fork or spoon, knife, and bringing the food to your mouth. You feel everything in between, and when you taste the food, you are eating. You're not thinking about anything else if you can help it. Although thoughts will come up, you gently set them aside, and you taste your food, chew your food, and you feel and observe everything that's going on with it, swallowing, and then going to the next bite as it is until the meal is over with. Meditation is just that. That's how you can get some peace in your life. Sometimes people are causing distractions and anxieties and causing you to get frustrated. Get through the moment as you do, and then get to the point and place where you can just take a few moments, maybe 5, get your peace in you for just a moment, and then try and go back to doing what you're doing.
Charlie has a question.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's right, because I have that spun up there because I was doing this. Okay, so Charlie, I'm trying to see where you're... Are you on social media? I am on Twitter, but I'm not going to be using Facebook much longer. I honestly have to say. In fact, I'll go ahead and put this out here. For those who want to catch me on Twitter... Oh, good Lord. For some reason, Twitter gave me this one. This is my Twitter handle out there, so if anybody wants me, there you go. Now you can find me and stalk me. Help yourself. Not that I mind. And, yeah, I'm getting rid of Facebook. After finding out that they were acceptingly calling for high-severity violence of those who were on their dangerous individuals and organizations policy list, yeah, I don't... No, I'm done with that. I'm tired of their garbage. Eventually, I will be off of that, except with maybe a cursory account for people that have a contact information, and then I'm gone. Never to return, except maybe to have it open once a month to keep the account alive for people to contact me, but I'm not going to use Facebook for anything. I'll eventually probably take all my posts, take my history, download it all, and then just leave it at that. But I'm done with Facebook. I'm so done with them. Enough. I can't stand that. If you don't know what I'm talking about with regard to this matter of Facebook, go look up my videos, episode 12. Watch it all the way through. Try not to throw up if it upsets you. I don't care what spectrum on the political theater you're in. That affects all of us. And for them to allow that people can sit there and call for high-severity violence? No, I don't think so. No, that's unacceptable. That's highly unacceptable. What?
Eyes were just glowing in the hall.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy.
So that's one that if you really wanted to see something that makes me kind of upset, yeah. But you can catch me on Twitter. I don't have Twitter up right now. I'm trying to focus on this and everybody that's here. But other than that, so there's the 2 bits and pieces of that. So I'm now going to make it so that people can get on here. Now I got to figure out how to do this part, which is... How do I do this part? Oh, look, there it is. I think this works. Share the guest link. Copy it to StreamYard, or your clipboard. Oh, God, help me that I'm doing this. So, for people who would like to come up on panel, and it's my selection, I'll just throw that out there. There you go. Victims, Are there any victims who wish to come up and join? We'll see how well this works. I'll try it and see how we can get it to do. Yeah. No, I understand, Judy. I do. We'll figure something out. There are other things I'm trying to figure out how to get set up for. I'm eventually going to have my own web page that's it's for web development, but people could get a hold of me if they needed to. I'm also looking at other types of social media that's out there. Trying to learn this stuff. I didn't put a lot of time into it because I don't like... I have too many things to do that necessarily would get sucked up if I just spend all day on social media. So my times are limited. Like now, normally I'm busy trying to do code or programming, things like that, so I don't necessarily jump on. So for those who try to get a hold of me on Twitter, understand I'm doing the best I can with what time I've got, trying to make money and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's like that if there's anybody that wants to get a hold of me, mine doesn't work for StreamYard. I understand. That's okay. But who can? It's no big deal. I left it up in case there were other people that wanted to jump up there. This is definitely about the idea that I want to make it so that people can get a hold of me if they have questions, if something comes up. Even if you want to ask me about web pages and how to do certain things, I have no problem answering basic questions. If you want me to do it, my rates are simple, straightforward. If you wanted a web page and you wanted to have it discounted, well, that's not too big of a deal. I can probably set you up with something that's fairly inexpensive. Being that I would be paid in Canadian dollars, it'd be like I'd have to convert to US and then we'd do PayPal and all that. But it's not as big and bad as some of the other ones. I'll be very blunt about some of the big web pages I've done. I did a job for IMP Canada. It's out here in Burlington. They're a horrible company, though. They still owe me $3,600 from screwing me over from a product I made for them. But I was project manager for them over a project called Shop Buses. And shock, the site didn't last because it was as some people say, niche, whatever you want to say it, market thing to where they were offering up buses kind of like how Auto Trader does. And buses are a very select kind of shopping area. They're usually like large limos, the huge land yacht buses that are used for tour buses, things like that. And they're very selectively set up. Well, I was project manager over that website's project. That was a $50,000 website. Now, everybody was like, oh, I can't afford Sean. No. That aside, that was because of all the stuff they wanted involved with it. I mean, we're talking about something that you're developing a site that's like eBay. That's how significant that was. That's a lot of stuff involved. But if you're looking for something simple just to get you going, the hardest part is being able to, and I mean this, is that being able to afford getting your URL, getting your web hosting, and then just what do you want to do and how much you want to spend at that point. I'm saying that just in case anybody asks, but that's what the website that I'm eventually going to get to setting up, that if anybody wants to, I'll help, even if you want to do it yourself, I'll guide you to a couple things that you can do. You just have to understand what the differences are between static HTML and what a content management system is, CMS for short. There's Joomla, there's WordPress. I don't like WordPress. If you have a WordPress account and you have a blog, great, that's fantastic. But if you want to use it as a server, no. I'm much more, even if you had to use Drupal or DigitalOcean and all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's many other things you could do, but this is just me being geeky. So, Matt is playing GTA 5 on Xbox One and worse than Steven playing.
Steven's her brother.
Yeah, Steven's her brother. And I'm just going to leave that alone. So if you guys have any questions about that or whatnot, I'll put the link back up here. Joomla is easy. Lena actually got to do it, but then again, part of it was that I helped her set up the content for actually putting in comments, articles, doing stuff like that. I got her set up to where she could do a blog for creepypastas. And she was doing good until some other stuff came up, and yeah, we'll leave that alone. But yeah, it's not impossible to set up. I prefer Joomla just because it is a free server, software to use, and you can set it up and do all kinds of neat stuff with it. It's not just blog software like WordPress. You can actually host and do really cool stuff. In fact, let me see if I can find something here that... let me bring this one up here. I'll show again real quick something just in case anybody's curious about it. Let's do this. 10, and we will go to Drive. Okay, so I am going to share my screen here. Screen 2. Hello. There we go. Whoops. Bring that back up. There we are. So this is actually a site that, this is just a template, but I helped set it up to get it to where people could look at it and understand what it is that I can do. This is really not that expensive to get a hold of a template like this for Joomla, and that you can actually do neat stuff like this. Yes, there's a lot of fake stuff here, but it's meant that way so that you don't have any kind of trademark violations or copyrights, things like that. You can have it do all kinds of neat stuff. So if you wanted to change the series, so like up here, and you wanted to have it so where it does stuff like that, this is not that hard to set up. And if you ask me how to do it, I'll tell you kind of how to do it if you wanted to actually know. So it's not, I have no problem talking about that. I do plan to do tutorials on stuff like this. So eventually there will be more videos on stuff. As it comes up, I will be sharing stuff. I will also be sharing stuff like how I do StreamYard, how I do OBS, how I do Streamlabs OBS, how I actually still do Hangouts. Even though Hangouts on air is going away, I believe Hangouts is going to stay, and you then have to use OBS to make it work the same way as we had with Hangouts on air. I think this is how this is going to work. We're going to wait to see what happens on August 1st. But eventually those things are going to show up as well. I will be doing tutorials on OBS, Streamlabs OBS, and all that here in the very near future, because I got a bunch of stuff I'd like to have set up. But if anybody's curious about that stuff, I will gladly share it as best I can. No big deal. Yeah, Judy, I am not going to disagree with you. The heat is definitely up there, and we forgot to have the air conditioner. I don't know who forgot to turn it on. No big deal. But even though right now we are at a nice balmy 78 up here in Fahrenheit, and for those who are in Celsius land like I am, it's a nice 25. The houses up here in Canada are built to hold heat because of the winter.
And it's going to feel like it's over 100 the next few days.
Yeah, it is outrageously hot in this house without an air conditioner on. And we just finally got one 2 years ago. It's funny, Lena, you left after we got a really good air conditioner that works. The only problem is we have to have the fan push the air around in the house because it doesn't come out of that room very well. It's really frigid cold in the kitchen, but the rest of the house still stays warm, so we have to force the air around. Yeah, bite me. Not my problem. Not my monkey, not my zoo. You...
It's hot down there.
Yeah. You have your problems. You moved out by your own choosing. Not my issue. Love you, though. Love you.
Judy asked a question.
Do you do like stuff like a page if selling stuff? It's like a craft page. You can do anything you want with a web page. Anything. Wonderfully so. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something else here. I'll show you something, Judy. Hold on. A lot of themes I get are from a place called UTheme. Now, I know that sounds kind of weird for the wording of that, but they have a lot of good ones. And I'll show you... Yeah, whatever. You know what, Lena? What's going to be neat is that when you get into your 40s and you come back to your mom and I and you say, "You ruined my life," I'm going to be like, whatever.
As a kid, I get a spoiled grandchild.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jenna.
Okay, so let me see if I can find this here. Craft stuff. I'm going to do one that's specifically like cooking. Let me see if I can pull this one up here. Okay, it's a little bright. Okay, Judy, so here we go. New portable AC works, but so hot it's having a hard time getting in half the house like a sauna. Yeah, I understand. We had a portable one, and I found out that it doesn't have enough. It's running out of Freon, the old stuff, not the new stuff. So I'd have to throw it away, unfortunately, because they're not going to charge it back up. But anyway, nice, Jenna. That's nice to hear. So here's what this looks like, Judy. I'm gonna throw this up on the screen for you here. Screen share. Let's get this back up and going here. Let's throw that there. As I learn this, whoops. See, it just does it automatically. So this is a site that's this is called Joomla, and they make themes for web pages. You have to provide the content, meaning stuff like the wooden spoons is $49, the pictures in the background and stuff like that. But let me go ahead and also do this. I'm going to take this banner down real quick here too. So you can make it look like all of this, no problem. You just have to have the stuff for it. Maybe you want to sit there and look at other products. Look at this. Within the same page, you can do this neat stuff. Or maybe I want to look through these here. And you can set it up to sell. Notice how it's fading in. These are different types of things that... Oh, God, he looks like Carlos Maza. You can do all this stuff. Have it so that you have Pinterest, Twitter. You know, you can do all this stuff down on the bottom. All the social media stuff that you want. You can have all of that set up. And then off to the side here, if you notice this little menu piece here, I can click on that. And then if I want to look at the various features of what I can do with these, like, here's another thing. With their extension of Zoo, you can actually do a product catalog. Like, I'll bring up the product catalog. So let's say that you wanted to look at specific things that are different products for catalogs. Like, let's look at the electronics real quick here. Different cameras. All kinds of stuff that they can actually list. Your people can then do ratings on it. Let's say that we want to look at this Samsung 18 right here. Let's say that I wanted to vote on it in a rating system, and then those ratings show back there. You can do all of this specifically and set it up if you want. Bruce, all of those are for you, buddy. All of them. Jackass. God. Every one of those spoons is for you. God.
Oh my God.
Some people. Anyway. Son of a... Oh, man. So then... And then you can go back and then get to the other portions of... Let's say that you wanted to also look at various different types of features of what the layouts are for... Like for UIKit, these are the things that you can actually do within the page. Like you want to do captions with or without the actual hourglass. There's all kinds of stuff that you could do with this. And it's still the same kind of product page, but you can add these things into it. Like, so if I go back to the very beginning here, there's your page, Bruce. That's your page. Yours, buddy. Just for you. You know what? In fact, I like this one specifically. I think that's got your name written all over it. I'm going to have to burn that baby in. Son of a... Anyway.
Studs for his name.
Yeah. But you can still do all the stuff that has to do even with like this here. If you wanted more details, you can actually have the button set up. If you notice it highlights a little bit with a little bit of color, you can change the colors of this. If you don't like the colors of this, let's say that you wanted to go to a different color set. Let's change it. There's the blue ones. Look, Bruce, you're effing nuts right there. And then if you wanted to sit there and go, it's asparagus. Or just some wooden bowls. You've got the different pictures that you can line up here. And so the color scheming can change. If I wanted to change it to where it's actually a dark with different highlights, I could do that. And this way it makes it a little easier on your user's eyes. There's also the trick that you're trying to make it so that people don't think. They already know what they want to do. They want to go shopping. You want to make it so it's as easy as possible for them to get to it. So this is just one specific type of theme that they have. There are other ones. Let me see if I can back up here on Joomla. Let's go back one more. So if you wanted to look at other themes that they have have completely different types that can allow you to do any kind of thing that you're looking for specifically. Widget kit. In fact, let me come back up here to themes again. This is some stuff. I use a lot of this stuff. Now, granted, the subscription to this is not necessarily cheap for some people because you're going to have to pay for it at their level of... pricing through euros, I believe. Let's see here. So theme pricing. So €5, billed monthly, updates for one site. Wow, it's gotten actually pretty cheap in comparison to what it used to be. So if you wanted to have one site and you wanted to have all the different themes specifically, you pay €5 a month. If you wanted to do it for more sites, like where I'm at right now, I'm up here. But this could get you the themes. Even if you wanted to change your themes, you could do that at any time. Hey, what's Colleen got here? I see Colleen's coming in here. Let me go ahead and add Colleen here, too. Hello, Colleen.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just
Awesome.
really scared. I'm
Whoa,
nervous.
what's wrong? Why, what's wrong?
I'm just shy.
That's okay. We don't need to see it. In fact, I actually like your hurricane lantern there. That's pretty cool.
That thing's older than dirt.
That's okay. At times I feel that way. No lie. But that's
Right.
really cool. Where did you get that thing? That's pretty awesome. Actually, I love stuff like that.
I've got I got two of them. I'm weird. I get things in twos or even
Okay.
numbers.
Yeah.
And we have really bad storms here. And I brought it in to fill it up because I
Nice.
can't walk very well. I just am starting to try to wean myself out of my wheelchair.
Nice. Good job.
So I'm brought it in and filled it up.
Nice.
Hi, Amber.
She said hi to you, baby.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, hi. I'm trying to chat, type in and chat at the same darn time.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh, look at that. The king says, oh, Amber, I'm staying. Well, I was going to say, I used to get stuff like that when I was hunting and pecking around with my dad. We were looking for those specifically because he was in the Scouts and he was teaching me how to use those, especially when we were in Missouri, because we survived the flood of '79 in Winfield. And we had 3 of those that kept us to where when we were trying to get through the night, because the power went out, that's what kept the light on until we could get out of the house, because we were trying to find a way to, evacuate and get out. It was pretty bad. So I love seeing those. Every time I see that, it reminds me about how reliable they can be, even if they're there.
Yeah, I have it. Like, you got the handle stuff. It's the older one. It's an original. There's
Nice.
green and then there's red.
Yeah, I've seen the red ones. The green ones aren't as common. That's a really good find. Really good find.
So I just
But,
got lucky, I guess.
No, that's good. That kind of time, you got a treasure there. I love seeing that stuff. The other thing I like finding is occasionally the insulators off the old telephone poles, the glass ones.
I have those too.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Those are
Anytime I find
outside.
those. Oh yeah, you put them out for view, or?
No, I live in a RV. I live in a 20-foot RV, and that's why it's hard for me to move around a lot. I can move my phone better than I can me, but I have cubbies or little spots, like little cabinets, and I put them in the cabinets, and it's locked. Everything on the outside has a lock to it. Because those are really expensive. They're original. I got them from an old antique place.
Yeah, if you can find them, that's about the only place that I know for a fact that they actually have them.
I'm really nervous, so that's why my phone's shaking and stuff.
I hear you, Rock G. You have a good night. Try and rest easy.
I want to thank you.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know me, and you and Amber's really helped me out a lot.
Nice. I'm glad we were there for you, hon. That's all I try to do.
I have anxiety issues, PTSD, depression, of course, and social. I can't pronounce it, but it's social anxiety.
Yes.
Where being out in public scares me.
Amber has that.
Well, more anxiety than it is fear, because I finally found my voice.
Nice.
And I learned the word no all over again.
Good. That actually, yeah. Don't ever be that yes person. Oh man, that's
I used to
I'm
be,
so
not,
proud of you for that.
not anymore. Because you learn who your friends are when something happens. You know, when I couldn't walk, I was confined to my chair. I didn't have anybody. I don't have any family, literally.
Wow.
YouTube, my friends on YouTube, and y'all are my family, literally.
I hear you.
So, and then when some people heard that I took my first 4 steps, they, would call or stop by. Can you? And I'd say no, I can't. Not because I was being ugly, but I need to take care of myself and my fur babies.
Yeah, you gotta start with you first.
That's what matters, really. And I didn't realize that until I actually started listening to you and watching your videos.
Good. Yeah,
for some reason, I mean, you and Francis and the Cab 7 and a lot of them helped me get to where I am today. And
good.
You guys mean more to me. I mean, and I appreciate it more than y'all realize. I mean, and no, because I don't know how else to say, but thanks.
That means a lot to me. It really does, Colleen. I appreciate it. I think that people miss out on the small things and realize it may not be very big to them, but to you it might be monumentous. And I'm glad that we were able to help in any way that we could. This is why I want to do this. This is the whole reason why I want to do this. Is that thing you're saying right there means so much to me. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. And I'm glad you're watching Cab too, because again, that guy's got a heart of gold. I love that man. And I'm glad that we've all been able to be there for you. I'm very happy. Again, I'm very glad that you're sharing me with the lamp with me. Actually, I think that you're really giving me one heck of a treasure to look at. I really like seeing that. So many good memories with that. I remember to share with you about why that's so important too, is that when I first got to see one and we actually got it to fire up was with my dad. We had an old canvas tent, not the nylon style stuff that we have now, but it was canvas.
Yeah.
And my God, did that thing get hot.
Heck yeah, they did.
Oh, man. Kept the mosquitoes out great, but man, was the heat horrible. Yep. So, yeah.
I remember that we had one when I was growing up.
Yep.
See, after my brother got killed, he was 13.
Oh, geez.
He got killed at an amusement park ride up in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, geez.
And we were all there to witness that. But anyway, long story short, when they settled with my parents, Mom and Dad got us one of those old tents. Nice. That you're talking about.
Yeah, the canvas ones.
Yeah, and I would tell Mom and Dad, hey, it's too hot in there. No, I can't stay in there. No, I'm coming back in the house. And so, yeah, and it was like, oh my goodness. But no, and then they passed away. They passed away before I was 18, so.
Oh, geez. My condolences, hon.
My mom died at my feet in a doctor's office. Hallway.
Whoa. What was that from?
A blood clot. One went in each lung, and literally, she passed away at my feet.
That's all it takes.
9 months later, my dad, I found him passed away in bed at home of a massive heart attack. So when I say I don't have anybody.
You really don't.
I mean, yeah, and I mean that was all I had, you know. And I'm sorry, I'm getting.
Hun, no, that's fine. Get it out of you. This is how you get that. The sorrow and loss that you feel is a poison. If you don't let it out of your body, it just deteriorates you even further. And Judy, I agree. Thank you very much for saying that. It's very true. What you're saying is that it does hurt. And if you haven't had anybody, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. You have value and worth. Again, I want to say that. I want to make sure that you hear me. That I appreciate you for you just being you. I don't need anything from you. I just want you happy. That's it. I just want you to find some happiness. And that's a big deal to me. I really believe strongly in that. No matter what anybody may feel or say, that, you know, like if we ever got a troll in here, it's like, whatever, let me handle him. I'm good at that. But with what you're doing, this is good. That sorrow, what people don't understand is that cancers are not just from chemical things of what you put in your body, or, you know, smoking or alcohol, or they've now found that alcohol contributes to cancers that is significant. Another good reason why I can't drink, because of gout. But another thing that actually causes cancers is unexpressed sorrows. The chemicals that are released in your body from it, wow, they are something else. So I'm glad you're getting that poison out of you. Express it, let it out. It doesn't necessarily make everything go away, but it does make it easier. I don't know if you heard me say about Callahan's Law.
Yes.
A sorrow shared is lessened. A joy shared is enhanced, enriched, enlarged. So I want to definitely say that if anybody's watching and nobody understands what that is, this is the best example of that thing, is that with her sharing this sorrow, we can help diminish it just by being there and supportive. So I'm glad you're sharing that. I was going to say, for the travel trailer and everything, I had a travel trailer myself. I used to have a 25-foot Prowler. And Amber and I were in that. When we first got together as boyfriend and girlfriend, that was what we were actually in together at the time. And kind of miss living that way because it was very simple and easygoing life. It had the two single, I should say, it had 4 single beds and a double, which the mattress on it was just the cushions from the couch that it folded into and out of, you know, with the table. God, that horrible on my back, and I could barely fit in it. But it was pretty good.
Yeah, this one I've had to, when I could do things.
Yeah.
I'm getting back there though. I'm gonna get back there once I can walk steadier and everything, because the one surgery I just recently had has helped me walk.
Nice.
And I gotta take it, you know, step by step. I can't just go and run a marathon.
No.
I want it anyway, you know. But
it's like, come on, let me out of here.
It's only a 24 foot, so hang on, I'll try to show you.
Oh, you don't have to, hon. It's okay.
No, you'll see it.
Well, there's the refrigerator, I presume.
Yeah, that's the fridge. That cord, because I had to run another cord for the AC. But the bathroom back there. Yeah. And then over off this way is the bedroom. My bed ain't made, so I ain't gonna show it. But anyway,
that's fine. Yeah, no,
I had to put it's a platform bed, and the people who I got this from kind of tore up the inside, so I've had to redo a lot of it. But I've done little by little, and it's a platform bed, and underneath it is nothing but space to where I can keep things. Storage. And it's got and I can put a queen size mattress in there. I got a full size right now, but it'll fit a queen size. And you know, and then where the bunk beds used to be is storage, because the bunk beds, they broke. So I've redone a lot in here and stuff. I'm just getting it back to where, you know, I can do things, you know, and move around and stuff like this. But I'm going to get it because, you know, I look at things, you know, I get down a lot, But I've had a lot of trials and tribulations, but it's not because I want sympathy or pity or anything like that.
Right.
It's made me who I am today. And I have recently found my voice. I'm getting the ability to maybe hopefully walk without a walker. I'll have to always use a cane, and sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
That's my little man who's jealous because I'm talking.
It's okay. I got Chewy photobombing right here.
I'll show you. I don't know. Can you see him?
Aw.
That's
cute.
Bear. That's my number one. But you know, I hear these things, you know, and my heart goes out to people who don't have somebody like you or Cab 7 or whatever to speak to, because, you know, yeah, things. Are you there?
Yep,
I lost.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It was
Okay.
me. I had to move because I have to come over here for a second.
Oh, you got that nice netting that does the magnets together.
I rigged it. Oh, sorry, Bear. I forgot I locked it. But no matter how hard life gets, you know, there's always somebody there to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, and that 1-800 number would be great, you know, and just talk to somebody. It's hard for me. That's why in chat I said I'm nervous, and Amber said that it was okay, that it, you know, she was the first time too, but
yeah, you just gotta take your time.
I'm not used to
It's
talking
okay.
a lot and everything.
Colleen, if you notice, I'm very patient, very gentle. I really have no judgments. I mean, again, anybody who suffers, regardless of how it is, when we come to that point of understanding suffering and seeing how it is, and we start to embrace the idea of what compassion is and actually reaching out to help people, this is where things like this can come in, and you can take your time. There's no rush. Eventually, I'll have to end the stream, but the time is like, until that time is there, we just keep talking and do what we do. There's no rush. You do what you do, and then I'll let you know when it is. And then when I come back up, if there's another time you want to come back up, no big deal. It's very, very easy, very light. For people who are Christian, they'll understand that when Christ said that my yoke is light, that's the point of what this is. My burden is light. I am not making it so that it's very difficult for you to be here and just be you, the awesome person you already are, expressing yourself the best way you can, and we go from there. And that way, at the same time, we also try and protect, you know, if there were trolls or anything like that, we kind of remove all that stuff. And, you know, we watch over it, and I handle the trolls because actually I'm very good at dealing with that. I'm still waiting to see if, hey, Outdoors in Nature, Kathy. Still trying to see if Cosmic Kitty decides to come up and allow them the opportunity to speak with me, because I know that she's suffering pretty bad too. But that's how that is. It's supposed to be very light and easy, just like this for you. No judgment, no worry. You're welcome here, and that's just how it is. We don't make it hard.
And I really, I'm gonna have to get going here in a second, but
okay.
I wanted to let you know I find out tomorrow about another surgery with the endometriosis. It's severe.
Yep.
And they're talking, you know, hysterectomy. Well, at my age, I don't care.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna say, if you get to a point, yeah.
It's like, you know what? Come on now. I've got fur babies. They don't talk back.
Well said. Actually, I agree with that. Yeah. Lena, are you listening to that?
Okay, Lena. No, I don't mean you, Lena.
No, I was talking to her. Yeah, fur babies don't talk back.
Well, there's one of mine that does when she gets when she gets a little mouthy.
Mm-hmm.
This is that one.
Oh, she's so cute though.
Oh, when she's sleeping.
Yeah, when she's sleeping. I was gonna say she's adorable. I love
she's
Pudgy.
just
Pudgy
she's a
puppies.
little.
Aw.
Wake up, say hi to everybody. Oh, did I wake you up? What is that? Oh,
What you
wait,
doing,
you
Susan?
got the other one up.
Oh, wow.
She
Look
grew.
at him. Oh, her. Let's see,
Her.
I got Chewy over here. Hold on, let me see if I can do this too. I'll swing this over here while we see somebody who's
Aw.
moving up on my desk. Yeah. He's like, I want to.
Chewy,
Yeah.
you so sweet, Chewy.
Yeah. He jumped up
But
here.
the
He wanted
one
to
at the door right now, that's Bonnie.
That's
She's
beautiful.
my service dog. She's my service
Really?
dog.
Nice.
I've trained her. I got her from a humane society. And she's, everybody, and that's the thing that really kind of chaps my backside. I'm being nice now.
Sure.
But she's lab and pit mix.
Oh, wow.
But the thing is people hear the word pit or pit bull,
Yeah.
and they don't realize the full name is American Pit Bull Terrier.
Yep.
So a pit bull is a terrier.
It's a terrier.
From
That's
the
right.
terrier family.
Yep.
And they just get a bad rap. Heck, my Chihuahua, the little one that you saw, she runs the house. The pit bull mix doesn't. She tells them what to do, not the other way around. It's funny. It's a riot. But
Little
no,
dog syndrome.
I'll know tomorrow. And thank you,
Yeah.
God, thank you so much, because now
Who asked the question?
I'm not as afraid as I was earlier about tomorrow.
Judy was asking who takes care of them when you have surgeries.
There's this church down the street.
Mm-hmm.
And Pastor Josie, it's a female pastor. She comes in and does it.
Nice. Okay, so you got support
She
there.
comes
That's good.
Yeah, she'll come in. Oh, well, okay, now you open the door again because you let Bear out. You left him outside. She pulled that
I'm gonna
door.
go right past the door.
Yep, she pulled that. She does that on purpose. It's funny. Hang on. Come on, Bear. Get in here. Come on, Bear. Come on. Sorry. It's her fault, not mine. But see that porch down there?
Yeah.
And those steps, y'all?
Yeah. What do you got?
I built them.
Nice. Yeah, I've had to build a
I
set of
did.
steps myself, but I didn't go past 2. You got a 3-step there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well,
I do slightly envy the fact that you have a 2-tubs sink. We only have a 1-tub sink. We have to kind of wash and rinse at the same time, kind of thing. Yeah.
That's what I put in the new faucet.
Yeah, I used to have that in my old travel trailer, but not now. So.
There's a door
In the house.
missing. Oh, now
That's
you.
okay.
I'm doing an ad for a company. Sorry.
Chewy. It's okay. It's all right.
Hey,
Don't worry
no,
about it.
I've got Chewy's name in my house now. So
Yeah. I was gonna say I have the banner up, so it kind of covers it. It's no big deal. But awesome.
Anyway, thank
So-
you guys, and
Yeah.
I got the email. I got your Bear quit, son. I got your email, and I'll email you tomorrow,
Okay.
and let you and
Fantastic.
Amber know how things go.
Judy's also- Oh, Judy was asking, why are you in the wheelchair? Sorry.
Okay, I have lymphedema. And
Oh, wow.
what lymphedema is, it's a breakdown of, I'm sorry, it's a
okay.
breakdown of your lymphatic system, and it affects me from my waist down. When it flares up and everything like that, I can't walk. I have a machine that's in my bedroom that I could only do it one leg a day because it gets me sick, because it forces the toxins and the fluids throughout my system,
Right.
so you can expel them. But that started it. and it flared up to the point where it was pushing on my nerves in my back and spine. And then that walking was horrible.
Yeah.
Walking was just like a nightmare. I'm trying to say this without crying. But anyway.
It's okay. Nice and easy.
But that, by the grace of God, I just had surgery on my lower back.
Hey, 7.
And everything. And that's eased up a lot. And they had to go in there almost like liposuction, but they didn't take out enough. They left in plenty of fat. But anyway,
alrighty.
They did all that and took a lot of pressure off it because it was pushing my vertebrae like in opposite directions. There was
so it's
3 of them. That was and pinching that nerve and stuff in my back, and to where my legs were numb. You know, I could feel them, but I could. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it.
You can feel them, but you can't control it. Same thing with my sciatica that I've had. It's not the same though by far because that's more extreme than mine. But yeah, no, it's almost to the point to where it fell asleep, but you feel everything. So
yes. And then,
the nerves are
like
just firing.
When my legs felt like they were asleep, and you know how when they wake up, you know, you get that kind of pins and needles kind of feeling.
Yeah.
When they wake up. Well, mine felt like that all the time when I tried to walk.
Ouch.
Because of that. And so this surgery, once it's all completed, healing wise, I should be able to walk better. Not 100%, nothing's ever 100%, but I should be able to walk better. And at least, you know, be able to go up and down those steps by standing instead of when I'm in my chair, I had to get down on the floor here and scoot out that doorway and then scoot out on the side of the step there, you know, my porch step, and then get in my hover round. That if I wanted to go outside or get some fresh air, you know, I'd have to do that. That's another reason why I'm afraid. My social anxiety just
take
that's also the reason it keeps me in.
Just try to remember this one thing. You can be alone in a crowd if you just try to focus on your breathing, and you can. I know it's not easy. Just even when you get off of here, just to take the time to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth slowly, as slow as you can. You know, it may not be very slow at first, but slow them down in time. It will help. It's not going to fix the problem overall, though, but it's just to help you get through that moment because you got to work on the anxiety. I know. I do myself. I have to work on my anxiety all the time. But that'll give you a moment to breathe so it's not as bad. If that helps, great. If not, try to keep doing the best you can with other coping mechanisms you've got. But I think I believe strongly in what you're doing here. You're doing great. I'm very proud of the fact that you're getting where you need to be in your life to make you feel more empowered and not let other people run your life. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's great.
And thanks again for just helping me. And Amber, you're awesome. And
she is, isn't she?
Yes, and I love your kitties. And Lena, you're awesome too. And God bless you, and y'all have a great night. And I'll give you a close-up while I go.
Yes. Thank you so much, Colleen. God bless you too. Take care, hon.
Okay, thank you.
Love
Bye.
you, Colleen. Thanks for coming. See you later.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Who's having a problem? Oh. Paulo wants to come up. H7, you want to come up. How many can you have on the panel using StreamYard? I got a total of 6 people, including myself, that I can bring up. So I can have 4 more people up here at tops. So it's 6 people. So it'd be like me, my beloved Amber, and then 4 other people. And then I get to do all kinds of neat stuff that I can sit there and, you know, do all kinds of crazy, silly stuff. Or if I feel like just stealing the show. All right, well, let's talk about it then. We got a little bit more time. We can keep doing this. So there's the link. All you got to do, H7, all you got to do is just click on it, buddy. Okay, yeah. I'm still getting used to this. Again, there's other things I'm trying to figure out. I have a list of things that I want to do for trying to show. I'm going to be doing a full tutorial on a bunch of stuff as I figure stuff out, and then adding to it, and then doing categories on my channel to try and show this. Until I go over to, I still got to look at like DTube and library and a few other things to see what other stuff is available. But I'm also going to have my own site for development up and running. So the topic tonight is, it was a broad range of things. In the beginning, it was addiction, suicide prevention, and then how to find a little peace. Now it's kind of open forum kind of thing, because I've kind of talked about a few things. So if there's something else that does come up, like what H7 is going to be discussing about, not a big deal. It's open. Okay. Go ahead, my love. You've been posting up my Twitter. You've been posting up all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's right. I'm just trying to stay focused on who I'm talking to. Because you're awesome. Oh, hold that thought. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Let me see if I can find this. How do I do this now? Oh, man. I have to see if I can find this. I'll let my beloved run this for the moment here. Okay, so there's the copy of the invite link for Add Me. So I will put this out here in StreamYard. You can grab it that way, my love. So if anybody wants to add me that way too. The dude. Let my beloved run this for the moment here. Hey, there he is. Can you hear me? Trying to see if I can hear him. Oh, wow. Nice. Woo, psychedelic. Reminds me of the days of like acid rock. Can't hear him though. Yep. No audio. I can see you got your OBS window open though. Yep, no worries, no worries. Let's see if we can do this here real quick.
Okay. Oops.
Hey, there he is.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
No worries. So what's going on, man?
Yeah, cool. Woo! Hey, thanks for being here and having me up, and I love you.
Love you too, brother.
Man, this
So
I live in a bedroom. It's like a converted garage, so it's like right in front of a driveway, and it's right near the street. And it's kind of like a small neighborhood. And this lady keeps walking her dog in front of her house, and just makes noise just in front of my house by clapping and yelling. And she also has like this jingling. I don't know how she's making jingling noises, but it disturbs my peace. And I just talked to her about it once before, and she called the cops and said that I like chased her down and like, I don't know, yelled at her or something. I was just asking why she was clapping. So she like lied to them then that time. And then I called the cops because that's what she did to me, because when she did it again the second time. And they didn't do anything to fix the harassment issue, like her recurring where she keeps doing that, disturbing my peace. I know it's probably sounds stupid to you guys, but
no.
I have PTSD and I get startled frequently. Like, and just like the justice of it, like why would you do that? Like disturb someone's peace.
Which state are you in?
I'm in Maine right now.
Maine.
This
Okay,
is my
so
last day. I'm actually trying to get to the Midwest.
okay, so let me look something up here. See, the neat thing is that you're talking to a guy that I took the Blackstone Paralegals courses out of Allentown, PA. Now, it may not seem like it's whatever here, but I graduated with distinction out of this, and I had a friend of mine proctor my tests so that I didn't go cheating to look through the books. So I had him take the books from me and actually did the tests on the fly. Out of 600 questions, I only missed 9. And I did all my written flawlessly. So the thing that I'm going to use for this is, let's use that knowledge and that gift to find something out here. So I'm looking up, I don't know if you can outside of there. Are you renting the place? Or is that just like a place you're kind of staying in?
Actually staying with family.
Okay, so you're staying with family. Okay. My question is whether or not you can record video and what signs you'd have to put outside saying you're on candid camera.
Yeah, I actually bought a weatherproof camera system. I didn't hook it up because I'm planning to leave so soon. Okay. But I actually bought it specifically to catch her harassment. But I didn't set it up. But yeah, that's what the cops keep saying, like get it on camera. But the thing is, she calls in with false accusations, false allegations, and they take action without any proof or evidence. Like that's why I'm so scared right now, is because the last time this happened, they took me to a psych ward. They took me to the hospital. It was unwarranted. It was not a mental health issue. It was just, disorderly conduct, if anything. I was yelling in front of her house, just like she was yelling in front of my house. So I'm scared that they're going to escalate the issue again.
Boy.
But there's no proof.
I understand your feeling about loud noises with fireworks. I get jumpy.
Yeah. But that's like you expect it to come, and there's a good reason. But here she's just doing it just in front of my house. Like,
right. Well, let me correct something here. I don't know when these guys are going to pop them off, and they do them on off-seasonal times. So I get you. Not the same because you're having it right there and then, and it sounds like she really doesn't like you for some reason. You don't know why she does this? Or?
I think I don't know. It's a small neighborhood, so people just like talk a lot of crap, and there's like a lot of lies about me out there. Mm-hmm. So I think she's just like harassing me. But today's my last day, and I should be moving to a place where it's like not a small, place where people spread gossip and lies, and where it can be singled out so easily. Yeah.
One thing that I'm seeing here right now is that if you were going to mount this camera, you have to have it publicly visible as best you can. You cannot have it hidden in any way, shape, or form. That's the big one. Also, it may be best also to post signs. Hi, by coming here, you are being publicly recorded here. Notice. You have to give notice. Okay. Is the big thing. So you may want to double check. I'm trying to find some of the statutes right now in Maine specifically, but I am seeing the specific things. State law
well, the thing is, like, because I have like mental health issues, they try to like use that as the guise that I'm like threatening and that I'm dangerous and substantial risk of serious injury, when that is completely preposterous. As you can see, I represent peace. No,
I get it. I'm totally there. Well, it's the same thing as like right now. There are a lot of individuals of specific beliefs running sections of the Veterans Administration. And so because of that, if they find out that you have PTSD, they try to make it so that your guns are taken.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I realize that some people may feel that that's the case. There are some individuals that are extremely dangerous, but in cases of PTSD, most of us, like I've said myself before, I want to withdraw. I don't want to be around people. I want to go away. Leave me alone. Get away from me. You're nuts to think that I want to be near you. That's crazy. I just want to get away. I don't want to be a burden to people because I'm already collapsing in on myself. I'm already having that, I'm doing this right now because I actually have a degree of separation that I'm not in the presence physically of people except for those I can say I trust the most. My wife, my son, that's my close-knit people, kind of like you with your family. They're close-knit enough that you can trust to be with them, and it's not a serious threat. And you can actually kind of deal with life as a whole. Okay, so
Yeah, it's just I make the decision like, oh, should I go? Give her a taste of her own medicine. And it's like it seems like it should be fine because that's exactly what she's doing to me. She's out there in front of my house making noise, and then I go and do the exact same thing, but I get met with police action.
Right,
And
because they consider you the untrusted source.
Because I'm a male.
Yeah, and I get that too. I understand. Keep the politics down to a minimum, but I do get it. I know where you're going. You don't have to explain. I know. I get code. I understand code words kind of track in, and I know what you're going at.
No, I don't want to bring your stream down. Amber looks kind of bummed, but.
Oh no! She's doing a lot of reading. She's the one that actually reads and does a lot of things. Oh no, you're not bringing us down. If anything, I'm concerned and worried and trying to figure out how to help you.
I just need somebody to talk to. The police are already on their way. The thing is, just last time that escalated, they brought like a counselor in to like evaluate me. It was all bullshit,
Okay, so they're on their way to your house now?
Yeah. They got the call. They were actually trying to call my mom, whom I'm living with. And last time I wouldn't let them in the house because I know my rights. They can't just like come in without a warrant. And there's no proof or anything for her false allegations. But the last time my mom actually showed up and then let them in. And then they came and ripped me out of the house, threatened to tase me if I didn't comply. So, but this time I actually answered their call, and so I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they don't escalate.
All you have to do is just take your time and sit there. Do you have people that can give you a good alibi for being where you are? If you don't, and you've done some things that might lead you away from that, that's where you're going to fall into trouble.
What do you mean?
If you can have people vouch, I was nowhere near this, I was not being menacing, etc., and you have people who can say that they have observed you and witnessed for you,
yeah, that's the thing. People like my mom she doesn't understand me, and I got angry with her, and she gets all like scared. So it's just people like their fear. It's just overblown fear. It's not substantial.
Well, and that's the thing, is that people don't understand that when we get into those moments where we feel like caged animals when we get pressed too hard. And my anger, as Amber will tell you right now, this one right here will tell you very clearly, my anger will go right through the roof.
It might be scary, but it's not necessarily dangerous or,
just
threatening of imminent harm.
You just got to scream to get it out of you because you're afraid. Yeah. Ultimately, the big thing is they don't understand. We are so scared, and we don't feel like we have any way out. We have nothing to work with. And yet, everybody's pressing in, expecting us to deliver. It's like, wait a second. I've been delivering and giving for so long. I'm asking you people to stop and give up this whole charade. Leave me alone. You need to do for you. Stop asking me to do. And that's a hard thing for people to understand when they don't get it. They
Oh, thanks, Judy.
We tend to be so strong for so long that when we finally fall apart, people are just shocked. It's like, what? He can't handle this anymore? Yeah, you're right. I can't do it. What do you want me to do? And so I get it. I totally get it. I mean, all joking aside for any of it, it's so serious of an issue with PTSD, with people that actually have it. Now, there are people who go out there and they fake and they do what they do, but the ones who suffer with it sincerely, and I can hear it in your voice. You don't have to tell me. Yeah, you don't even have to sugarcoat it, brother. I can hear it. We have that moment where, it's like people wonder why at a young age we're cynical, bitter. We think that the world is absolute, cesspot, and we don't have any way of getting out of it. Like right now, I'm starting to fidget because I'm feeling for you right now. I know what it's like to have to suffer and deal. And even you're fidgeting, which lets me know it's big. I can feel your anxiety and I can feel the energy of things. So I'm dealing with it in the best way I can. Granted, I use tools because I'm kind of a handyman at that point in time. But it's hard to try and get past that. The only thing I could say is, again, I would try and find a way to set up. No, you're fine. Set up a camera to get you some distance and then signs. But how soon are you planning to leave for the Midwest?
Actually, tonight is my last night.
Your last night?
Planning.
Okay, so you're going to be leaving here soon?
Yeah, I was like, my U-Haul's for tomorrow, and it's going to take like 5 days to get there.
Okay, all right. Just take your time, breathe. Yeah, thanks. I know. do a favor for me. I tell everybody the same breathing practice, but I want you to just, you don't have to look at anything. You don't have to do anything specific. But what I'm going to ask you to do is, even if you have to close your eyes, I want you to take a breath in, even if it's short, in and then out through the mouth. So it's just a, and then slow them down. Just kind of give yourself a couple of them.
Oh yeah, that does feel good.
Just do them for yourself. Nobody else. Everybody else can go whatever. This is you.
Yeah, because I think when you breathe out through the mouth, because it doesn't heat up the nose, so when you inhale, it keeps the air cool.
It's allowing you to, you're pulling in the positive, out with the negative. In with the positive, out with the negative. You're breathing in golden, beautiful air and out with that negative black inky stuff. It gives you a moment. It's not perfect. It doesn't take care of everything, but it's just a small bit of peace. Just small. And if you can't even do that, try to find other coping mechanisms. Again, right now I'm doing mine because actually I feel your anxiety. I'm right here with you. So I'm not going anywhere, not doing anything. I'm standing with you.
Okay, Sean, you need to read chat. You need to see what Judy wrote.
Chat.
8-7, let me tell you something.
What's up, man?
I have been in 4 mental institutions, okay? 4. I know all about them.
You know about what?
Mental institutions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've been in 4. And this started when I was 17. I know how to manipulate the doctors and get around, and they put me in there because, well, I was depressed. I'll admit that I had depression. However, I wasn't. That's so cool. I wasn't just schizophrenic. I didn't have multiple personalities. I didn't have anything like that. I heard spirits. I heard ghosts. I heard, people talking that, weren't there, but were there. So everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was nuts. And I went through 4 of them. They're not fun. They're not funny. They're serious. Anybody that sits there and says, oh, you just need to go in the nut house. No, you have to be seriously mentally ill, like severely mentally ill in order to be in there. That's what they're for. Yeah, they're not for just people with, depression and, that's not what they're for. Yeah. These are for people that have severe illnesses.
Yeah, and that's what it was, unwarranted. They took me there, like they didn't have any diagnosis for why I was there.
Exactly.
They claimed that I was threatening, but there was no proof.
No, that's crap.
Yeah, and I was there for 6 days, and it was just to remove my freedom and basically an incarceration of sorts.
Yeah,
for crimes that I didn't commit.
Yeah, my longest stint was 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah. They tried to sit there and tell me that I needed to have shock treatments done.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I fucking refused. I told them if they even tried to, I'd sue them.
Well, see, the thing is, they removed my freedom of consent.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they do.
It was very traumatizing.
And they put you away in there, and they won't let you out. And no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how many drugs you take, they want to keep you in there for the money.
Yep. It's all about the money. And they try to convince you that you need drugs and that drugs will help and that you're crazy, and it's all just lies. Mm-hmm. And I actually, that's when I was in there for 6 days. That's what they try to pull on me, because that's what they think, you're like an unsuspecting, unwitting drug user, and you'll just, believe anything they say and take anything they give you.
Yep.
And I'm educated, and I wouldn't stand for that.
Oh, yeah, well, I already knew what was wrong with me, and I'd sit there and try to tell them. I was like, look, I know what's wrong with me. Y'all guys just don't want to hear it. And again, this was back before a time when, all the ghost shows weren't popular. Everybody still thought, you see and hear ghosts, you're still Looney Tunes. You're still, making it up. You're still this, you're still that, whatever. They can shove it. Now it's all over the place. Now, you turn on a television station and, there's somebody doing an investigation for ghost hunts.
Thank you, Mrs. Hopkins. I'm still doing a couple things on the side, so Amber, go ahead and do your talking. I'll be outside here.
Yeah.
Hang in there, man. It's okay.
Yeah, you're okay, H7. You're okay.
I was a lot more nervous before I talked to the trooper.
Yeah, you're all right. Just let them know that it's a feud that's been going on for a while.
Yeah, they know it, and I talked to him, and he said if it's just a misunderstanding, but I'm still gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
So I asked him, begged for him not to escalate the issue. It's not a mental health issue.
Yeah, no, it's because y'all two just can't get along.
Yeah, and I told him it's my last day. There's no threats.
Yeah, it's a neighbor dispute. It's not anything else.
And I told him he could charge me with disorderly conduct if he wants. I'll give you money. Just leave me alone. It's my last day.
Yeah, just at that point, I'm leaving because I'm tired of this.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
I can't. It's just everyone here. There's no tolerance. They're all white people. It's just.
Breathe easy, man. It's okay. I'm still looking up the laws on this one.
I think I'll. I think I pretty much said my piece.
Okay. I'll see what I can find. But wherever we end up, let's continue to try and take this further here, and make it so that you can actually get laws that work for your benefit, because you can put up that camera there too, just in case. And it's not because of the fact you're paranoid or scared or anything like that, but it's just further protection. Because with guys like myself, I have to have people to sit there and watch. Because when I say, "Hey, I'm having a moment, can you please be there?" The most panicky I've ever been, and Amber saw it, and I don't even think she really knew exactly what to do, but she did the right thing. I was on tramadol, the worst medicine I have ever had for myself. I panicked in a way I have never, ever could explain. I all of a sudden was driving home from picking up, it was a hacked PS3, it was jailbroken. And I was picking it up, and I was coming home. I took the tramadol for my back because I have some pretty bad back pain occasionally. And so when I got on the road to come back, it hit me right there at the first stoplight that I came to. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm panicking. I don't know what to do, and I don't know where to go, and a million miles a minute. I had to let her know what was going on, and then she said, "It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Just focus on what you're doing." And I knew she didn't know what she was doing, but it was the first and right thing she did right at that moment, just to get me calm, to say everything is going to be okay. I don't think people understand how valuable that is until it happens, that it is so much power to just say, "Hey, it's going to be okay," and give that gift of that small power to somebody to relieve the pressure of the panic. And that way it's an anchor point. So yeah, oh God. So using that camera wherever you're going to go is going to be another thing to kind of help you deal with it. And the moments that you can't do, that will do for you. And that will give you get a bit of peace and get you some solace in other ways. So you going to be okay though, bud?
Yep.
Okay. If you need more or whatnot, Cab is on right now. I'm going to probably be ending the live stream here in just a minute.
All right, I'm just going to hop off right now.
All right. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad to see you. God bless, and I'll be thinking of you, brother. Love you too. Yeah, it's been about 2.5 hours, and I need to kind of make some food here for us because we got it's getting late. It's about 8:30 here, so it'd be probably 5:30 on the West Coast, and everybody in between. And good to see you, man. I'm glad. H7, love you, brother. I'm thinking of you, and I'm definitely here for you. But we got to get food done, stuff. So yeah, tramadol is garbage.
H7, you're fine. You're not dragging any damn thing down.
You're all good, buddy.
Fine.
You're all good.
You're fine, sweetie. Trust me. No. What would bring the stream down is if somebody came on here and talked about their dog dying or something. That would totally destroy everything. But no, you're fine. That's okay. You're mad more than anything. Understandable.
I'm just going to put that up there because that's so awesome, because I was wondering who was the 100th person. I couldn't figure it out. I wasn't paying attention. That is so awesome. You're the 100th person who sat there and got on my channel. I was losing my mind. I was like, wait a second, I'm up to 100? Really? Wow, cool. So, yeah. But yeah, we got to get going here in a bit because I need to make some food. We're going to have grilled cheese, which I make really good. I make some really good grilled cheese. First time I ever made it for Amber, she was like, what is this? And why haven't I had this before? But it's because I didn't cook for her before. But other than that, I want you guys out there to understand that if you need anything or whatnot, again, if you don't feel like you're worth the time or deserve the love and attention to be told that you're going to be okay and that you matter and that we want you around and you feel suicidal, I want you to remember something right now. I'm going to throw these back up here real quick before we come off here. Jump on these lines, give a call, let people know you just need somebody to talk to. If that's all you need to get by, ask if they can help you find numbers for people locally if you need more. If I'm not on, if Cab's not on, if people that you love and care about are not around to talk to you, if they don't understand you, like what H7 was saying about where his mom just didn't understand and can't get through to say, hey, look, I'm having this problem. It's very difficult for some of us to explain or express how we feel and why. Call these people. Give it a chance. If you're up in here in Canada, here's the Canadian number. And that way that you can actually have the moment to give yourself a moment to just, like what H7, breathe. Just breathe. It's the one small anchor that you can use to kind of give yourself a bit of peace. And nobody else can interfere with it because they can't stop you from breathing. Think about that. You can't stop anyone from breathing. Nobody can stop you. Well, they could, but it's violent and murder. But to just say, I need to breathe. Give me a minute. And then just keep doing it for a few. They can't stop you from breathing. Nobody can. Give yourself that moment of peace. Use these numbers. I'm going to flip it back to the other one here real quick. I know that more people are in the United States than they are in Canada on my streams. I'll try and get the other ones for the other nations around the world that, might pop on here, Australia, the UK, Netherlands, things like that. But it's important that I want you guys to understand that this stream was specifically about that. I will say something else to kind of cover the addiction bit real fast is that if people wanted to see something about music that comes up about addictions, I don't have one specifically of a playlist that covers this. I'm looking to do that too, is that for people who need to understand addictions better or the addiction that they're suffering, a good one to start with for drug addiction is a song by Perfect Circle, and it's called Weak and Powerless. I'll put that up on the StreamYard here, but for the banner. And song about drug addiction. Woo! Get a little too crazy here on typing. Perfect Circle. Weak and powerless. Get the lyrics to that baby. Right there. That shows exactly how much a drug addiction is. The lyrics go like this. I'll kind of read them off real fast here for you. Yeah, who does? Charlie? Yeah, it's a good one. It's a really good song. Tilling my own grave to keep me level. Jam another dragon down the hole. Digging to the... There you go. Yeah, digging to the rhythm and the echo of a solitary siren. One that pushes me along and leaves me so desperate, ravenous, so weak and powerless over you. And this is how they're kind of talking about how the drugs pull you in and just drown you. And you can't get out because you're constantly trying to fight to get out of it. And that's the point, is that if you have these kinds of addictions, similar to the one I just talked about for drug addiction, and that song, it's all real about how these things can pull you in, and then you have eventually that downward spiral. We want to pull you out of that. And I realize that Amber she's not really using her own channel, she's using mine in tandem, and I almost think that I should probably change the name on this to a kind of a combination, because she does a really good job of adding it. Thank you very much, dear. I have to appreciate you much more, even though you're awesomely beautiful and sexy and all that other stuff. I think she's so gorgeous. But beyond that, she is trying to help as well because she knows how important this is even to me and how much she's helped me with my PTSD, trying to lift people up out of this. We don't want to see you guys hurt. We really don't. We want to see you kind of lifted up out of that and make your life a whole lot better. So let me see if I got anything else up here. Wait. Squirrel! Bruce. Other than that, guys, we need to get off here so we can make some food and eat, and then I'll probably jump over on other people's chats and whatnot. Yes, dear. Yes, that's true. These are other ones that I'm going to try and get together that kind of show for drug addiction and addictions, and then make it so that they're kind of categoried out for different types for people to understand more about what it is. I also want to try and find music that specifically covers, and I know that Five Finger Death Punch covers some of that for guys who are military specifically, I'm included, that are suffering with PTSD, and we struggle with it daily. We fight with it, and we become more victorious every day that we talk about it and get through it. Cab just ended. He's doing small ones. I'm not sure why, but it's okay. If you can't get to him next time, or if anything comes up and there's another moment where I can pop on, I'm going to try to. It might not be tonight, though, but I'll definitely do it tomorrow. And that way we can get a little bit more going. But I'm trying to make these definite good playlists of music for people to kind of connect. And if you can't explain what it is, get people to watch these videos, look at the lyrics, talk about it. Get yourself, again, one last time here before we end off. Again, if you feel like you need to, call this number. Don't wait. I know it sounds like an infomercial, it's like, call now. But no, you need to call, because if you can't talk to anybody that you need to, they're not available, call this one. If you get somebody on the line who's just had a bad day, ask to speak to somebody else. And if they won't talk to you then, get a hold of somebody locally in your local area ASAP. Here's the Canadian one again one more time. Don't wait. Just do it, because it's too important for you not to listen to somebody say that you're worth it and to be heard and be listened to. These people will do that for you. If I'm not available, go to Cab. If Cab not available, ask somebody else that you're comfortable with, that's even more, you're closer with them and you feel better connecting with them. Friends, buddies, sisters, brothers, cousins, whomever you can talk to. Even if it's local clergy that you love. And if you can't get a hold of anybody, call the most closest church you can find that you think that might be willing to speak to you. If they don't want to hear you, call somebody else. Don't quit until you get to somebody who will listen to you. That's the big deal. I'm very, very concerned about people nowadays with their mental health, and that they don't feel like they're loved, or that they want to get suicidal. I don't want to see that happen. Other than that, let's go ahead here. I've been on for 2 hours and 42 minutes there, eh? I know Bruce, and if Herman was here. Oh, there's Herman. Good Lord. Much love to you there as well there, Herman. You know how it goes there, eh? You know what? If I could stream Strange Brew, I would play that just for you, Herman. Just for you. There you go, Charlie. Yeah, advocate against bullying. Standing up for things and being assertive to be protective is one thing, but bullying is entirely, no. And unfortunately, with a lot of the things that are going on in the political theater, people who are saying that they're anti-bullying are bullying. So, yeah, we got to watch for that. But being assertive and protective is the right thing to do. I appreciate that, Charlie. That's awesome. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, so other than that, Herman A. Good Lord. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end it. Thank you so much for everybody coming here. I appreciate everything. For those who are fresh and new to the channel, or who catch this later on, if you like what you see, hit like. And if you want to hear more about what we do and what we're trying to do here for the future, if you catch some of want to catch some of the tutorial videos, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Hopefully that works for you, because I know that with some of the things, they get a little weird with that. And we'll let you guys know more about what's going to happen on the channel as it comes up. But thank you very much for being here. We love all of you very much. We think about you constantly and worry about you. And you have a great day. God bless and amen. Take care, guys. Bye.